out of the Fumble Bumble.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Pro Baseball Experience, Week 4, Season 21, Minor League Thursday Night Action. Hope everybody's having a good night tonight. I'm your host, Legally Blind Gamer, and joining me as always, we have PBE Commissioner Hummus God. How's it going, Hummus God?
Thanks for leading me in. Doing really good. Thank you for hosting as always. Thank you for everyone who's been hosting lately. The Sim team is much appreciated. 4 nights a week. It gets a little hectic, so I'm really proud of how the Sim team's been handling everything. So looking forward to a good night. Haven't had the best couple days, so this is going to be great therapy for me watching the closing of season 21 pretty much. I mean, we got one day Saturday, but yeah, just looking forward to a fun night. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. Great to have you. Just want to give everybody an update of how we're going to be doing tonight's stream. Because there is some playoff implications for both the majors and the minors, we're going to get as quickly through the quick sim scores as we can. And basically what that means is we are not going to do the box scores themselves. We're going to read the scores directly from the main scores screen and just try and go right through them as quickly as we can. So bear with us. We're going to try and go through all these very shortly. I will let you know that hopefully if we can get in our normal 5 featured matches, I do want to try and get in another match or 2 right near the end of the stream. We're going to take a look at the standings on an almost daily basis about halfway through, and if we do see an extra game or 2 that we can cover that is a decisive one that knocks a player in and puts a player out, then we're absolutely going to do that as well. And I want to thank W. Schweib for subscribing with Twitch Prime. Thank you very much. And Racket SFN, thank you for following. So we're going to go ahead and get started here with our very first matchup, and this one has some playoff implications as well. This one is the Swifties, who have basically locked in the first seed here for the playoffs against the Chicago Kingpins. And now the Kingpins down here on the standings are 2 games below the 4th seed for the wild card spot, and so this is do or die time here for them tonight. Every minors team has 9 games left, so they're 2 behind, 9 games left. A very crucial matchup coming up here, and I do have some information about this game I want to read off real quick. Left-handed pitcher Nico Baldelli versus right-hand pitcher Leo Robert. Leo Robert has allowed 5 or more runs in 4 of 7 recent starts. Both starting pitchers have a QS percentage of 50 or higher. Nico has 50 and Leo Robert has 54. Alex Roach is sitting at 19 home runs and 98 hits. Manaoka Hakahaka has 29 career home runs. Dom Drozdov has 49 career home runs. Haywood Dinkle has 48 career home runs and 29 in the season, but has not hit a home run in the last 9 games. Benito Alomar has 99 hits, and Bergamot Lemon has 99 hits. So a couple players there at the end, 1 hit away from getting 100 hits for the season. So we're going to go ahead and start off with our first matchup here. And that is this one right here. And Baldelli is 1-0 with a 3.58 ERA versus Robert, who is, 11-0 versus Robert, who's 7-10 with a 5.40 ERA. Pulling up our matchups here. Let's see here. 5 for the Swifties, 4 for the Kingpins in batting. So advantage Swifties here, Bailey, but the Kingpins had the advantage in pitching. So this is going to be a pretty close matchup here. And here we go. First batter up is going to be Mr. Danny B. And the pitcher's going to come set. And the pitch. And this one looks like a high fly ball to right field, and that is out number 1. This one's through the gap in center, and Dinkle's going to get on with the single. Haka up now. Haka, this looks like a fly out to left field. Runner will stay at first. And now Drozdov. Oh, he's going for the steal at second. And he's going to get it. Dinkle getting stolen base number 4 on the season. Not really known as a stolen base guy. Drozdov getting a walk here, and just like that, Kingpins are in trouble. 2 outs, 2 on. And this one's in foul territory. Catcher grabs that one and finishes off the side, leaving 2 stranded. We now move to the bottom of the first, and Chicago's up now. Zach Mouse is our first batter. Zach, line drive to the second baseman. That is out number 1. And we get a strikeout here for out number 2. And this one looks like it's going to be a fly out to center field, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for the Swifties, getting Chicago out. And now we go to the top of the second. Alomar, and this is going to be a fly out to right field, out number 1. Hernandez Jr. towards the fence. And that is out of here, 414 feet.
Out of the
and
park.
Just like that, Swifties are on the board now. The score of 1-0. This one through the gap on the left side. And Preston getting on base with 1 out. Lemon to the gap in center. Is Preston going to go for third? No, he stays a second. And that brings us back to the top of the lineup again. Danny B. 1 out, 2 on. And that looks like a fumble bumble. Fumble bumble time there from the shortstop.
Bumble.
Juice is based. And this looks like a fly out. Is runner going to tag? No, runner stays. We still have runners on all 3 bases. 2 outs here. And this one's hit to the second baseman. Gets the out at first, and that'll retire the side. But Swifties get 1 on the board. Now lead 1-0. Kingpins now. See if they can answer. This one's a fly out to center field. Out number 1 for Lee. Picone now. Picone line drive to first baseman. Runs over, makes a tag, and he is out. Chungus now. Hot hitter Chungus for Chicago. In Chicago, Chungus will take a walk. That'll bring up Itch. Itch. Right to the first baseman. And he holds on to the ball, even though he was right next to the pitcher. Could have run over himself to make the tag. He holds on and lets the runner get on first. But this one's hit to the third baseman, throws out, gets the side retired. We now move to the top of the third with Hummus, 1-0.
Good evening. Let's get it. This poll, I know you can't see it on the VOD if you're watching it back, but the poll's looking pretty good for the Swifties. That's a grounder for Drozdov. Ground out. Leo Robert having a decent game so far. That's a strikeout. So back-to-back outs for Leo Robert from Chicago.
Thanks, Invictus NTC, for the follow.
Nice. Yeah, they're really celebrating that one. Alomar, strikeout. So still trying to get that 100th hit. We'll go back to Chicago. Beecham, grounder, catcher, gets the out. So Nico Baldelli, toward the end of the season here. And it's a fumble bumble. First baseman made the dive,
Bumble.
miscommunication there on the throw. That little toss there. So that's a strikeout. Wow. Let's see what they could do with the space runner. That would be good for them down in this game. It's a grounder past the third baseman. Tried to make the diving grab, but snuck by him. So a couple base runners. That's an infield pop-up. Shortstop's there. So no runs put across, but 2 base runners. We'll go up to the top of the 4th. Hernandez Jr. had that bomb. That's a grounder. It's a ground out. So 1 out for Preston. Pressing the grounder, and another out. So Leo Robert having a nice couple half innings. But this is a 2-out single, a blooper in center. Nice hit by Lemon. Over 300, 307. That's a grounder. Pitcher makes the throw at first. So defense and pitching doing their job lately for Chicago. Now they have to try to step up to the plate, see if they could put up that tying run across. Oh, that's a hard hit ball. That's at the wall. He's going to go for 2 bags. Vinny Picone, and he's, wow, Vinny with the leadoff double here. So maybe they heard me. Yeah, gap. Maybe they were listening to my little rant, and that's a fly ball. And the runner goes. Tags up, sliding, safe. So runner on third now for Itch, and that's a strikeout. Nico Baldelli settling in. The passed ball. Run will come across.
Fumble
And
bumble.
the fumble bumble to tie the game. You kind of love to see that. Chaos here. Minor League Thursday, always delivering. Shout out to Beaver. and that's a walk. Thank you for approving outpick to commish. I'm doing well, 2-1. Hopefully, end up a 3-1. That's a fly ball, and that will end the inning. So, tie game now. Can State College go back and take the lead? The dominant team this year looking to dominate on minors night. Dinkle, ground ball, and he's out. So cold lately, having a good season though. Haka Haka. That's a strikeout. So Drozdov, grounder, and a ground out. So Leo Robert really, answering the call here, doing work for his team, and that's a fly ball, and that's out. Both pitchers really having a night. Love to see it as a pitcher, and that's a fly ball. And third baseman's there. Oh, pop out. Excuse me, it's a pop out. Someone's gonna get mad at me for saying that wrong. That's release. And that's an out. So, like I said, both pitchers really stepping up late in the season, getting into their groove. Chicago now is gonna try to hold on to this tie game. That's a strikeout. Leo Robert really dominating. And that's a fly ball. It's another out. Only giving up really those 5 hits, but since that inning, really controlling the game. That's back-to-back walks though with 2 outs. So Lemon, that's an out. The shortstop comes out to the grass to make the catch. So we'll go back to the Chicago bats. Ooh, Beans batter. Pitching change. Cletus Bojangles. So Pacone will come up. No outs. Ooh, and that drops for the right fielder. Runner will go to third. Lee in there safely on third. So runners on the corners. Pacone, nice hit there. Chungus, that's deep. That's gone. I thought nice smack of the ball. Big Chungus, big home run.
Out of the park.
With no outs, just absolute sick home run there. So 4-1. Wow. And that's a strikeout. Cletus Bojangle coming in relief, kind of selling out here, but still really young in this game. That's a fly ball, and that's out. Chicago really turned it around. They were losing, tied the game. Now 3-run lead, overarching three-run lead, and Bojangle gets out of that rough inning. So State College bats will come up. Danny B with the fly out. So Dinkle, could they break out of their cold spell? That's in right field. That's deep. That's gone. So
out of the
Dinkle,
park.
Taco shot. Trying to claw back into this game. Chicago, though, still up 2, which has been a tall order if they've only scored 2 runs going into this next at-bat. Haka Haka, fly ball. That's a fly out in right field. So Drozdov having a season. Look at that, 351. Wow. Yeah, in the MVP conversation for sure. Ooh, passed the ball. Runner went back to first. Didn't
fumble
matter.
bumble.
Still got the base because of the bad throw, errant throw. So McCollum, grounder, ground out. So still a 2-run lead after that solo shot. We'll go bottom of the 7th for Chicago. Zach Mouse with a fly ball, left center. Left fielder's there. Looking to add to the lead. 1 out for Roach. That's center field. That's a catch. You knew that was Lemon was going to make that play. What a diving grab clip that, for sure. Fly ball and a fly out. So nice inning for Cletus Bojangle. Go top of the 8th. LBG will finish us out here. Looking for a Swifties win, no doubt.
And that brings us now to Alomar coming up to bat. Alomar hitting .284 in the season with 50 RBIs, and he'll strike out looking. That'll bring up Hernandez Jr. Lazaro Hernandez Jr. hits right to the second baseman for out number 2. Preston now with 2 outs. And the shortstop with the diving play, but it is not in time with the throw. And that'll be an infield single for Preston. Lemon strikes out, leaving 1 stranded. It'll take us now to the bottom of the 8th. Chicago up by 2. Pitching change here. Klasopoulos. And that one is gone. A 405-foot shot for, who's that, Lee?
Out of the park.
And that makes the score now 2-5. And we get another switching pitching change. Leathershoe, Jimmy Leathershoe's in now. And that's going to be another single for Chicago. This looks like a fly out to center here. Runner should... Oh, I thought runner was going to tag there for a second. Runner still at first. One out. First baseman. And again, the same play from earlier in the game where the first baseman holds onto the ball with only like 5-6 feet to the bag. Doesn't make the play. This one's hit the left field deep. And that is out of here.
Wow.
398 feet.
Wow.
Out of
This
the
is
park.
A dominant performance for Bowers Kingpins, well, formerly Bowers, Dagunpa Haseo, taking the reins this season, and just wow.
What a
Upset
play
here
there,
in Miners
absolutely. Yeah. And that's going to be out number 3, but the damage is done. Chicago gets 4 more on the board and now leads 8-2. 3 outs remaining, but they're at the top of the order here for State College. And this could be a hit here. No! Pitcher throws in time. Out number 1. Dinkle up now. Dinkle over the second baseman's head, and Dinkle's going to get on with the base hit with 1 out, and here comes Haka Haka. Haka Haka, and this one looks like it could be a fly out to right. It is. 2 outs now. Last chance. Drozdov, possible MVP of the season. Drozdov. And that's going to be a fly out to center field, and that will do it as Chicago upsets the Swifties here with the score of 8-2. All right, let's take a look at our stats here. Both teams had 9 hits, but Chicago with much more scoring opportunities with those multiple home runs. Looking at our batting, we have 3 hits here for Dinkle for State College. Over on the other side, we have 3 runs, 3 hits for Picone, and a hit and 3 RBIs for Chungus with that home run also for Parker Beauchamp as well. Pitching for State College, Baldelli getting their first loss this season, 11-1 now for Baldelli. He was perfect up until this game. Chicago, Robert getting their 8th win. Esquides, their 9th hold, and Hammer, their first save. Player of the game is Vinny Picone. And I'm just going to read the rest of these minors scores, and we'll let Hummus grab the majors on the next one. Next game up is the 66ers beating the Hepcats. Score of 9-5. Ingram getting the win, Dion the loss, Shu the save, and player of the game is Rodriguez. Next game is the Wheelers and the Dillos. Wheelers beating the Dillos, the score 7-5. Mac is your winner, Lewis the loser, Roach the save, and player of the game is Finelli. And our final game, the Mounties beating the Dynamos, the score of 9-3. Rolo getting the win, Ian the Igloo the loss, and player of the game is Toot Bland. Now, with the win there from Chicago and the loss from the Dynamos, that makes it now a 1-game difference for that 4th and final seed in the minors. That takes us now to the majors.
Some majors games. Let's see. New York gets the win 1-0. Helps my Vandals pitchers duel. Sevart, player of the game, got the win. Lemieux to take the loss. Graves with the save. So we'll go right. Outer Banks, Kashima. Kashima got the win. Slepian got the win. Cato got the loss. Law with the save. But Stone is your player of the game. Kashima with the upset win. Let's see, Detroit Supernovas here. Detroit gets the win, scored those 2 runs in the 9th to get the dub on the road. Chadwick with the win, Von Adler with the loss. Kendrick Baxter is your player of the game, though. Sloss Rougarous upset win, so decent amount of upsets in the Sim Day, kind of like that. McQueen with the win, Flowers with the loss, DeMarco with the save. Player of the game, Coco McQueen, shout out to Phillies fan 96. Scorpions get the win on the road. Can't help themselves. Balkan with the win, Bentley with the loss, and player of the game is Aurum. So big win for DVS on the road. Providence and the Apex get the win, so they're approaching the Crabs record there, draft order implications. Grams with the win, Kuramochi with the loss, Pleasance with the save, Grams with the player of the game honor, and the Stars with a big win on the road against the Toros. Line with the win, Pearson with the loss. McFlorida man having an amazing season, probably a strong contender for reliever of the year with the save. And Buswell is your player of the game. So that will do it for today for the majors. So Boise loses, but so does Vancouver. So nobody's really moving on that front.
All right, and according to my schedule here, we do have 2 days of PBE Quick Sims coming up and then an off day before our next featured matchup. So we're going to go ahead and advance a day. and just check the minors here to be sure. And that is correct, and I'll grab all of these here since you did all the majors in the last one. And first game, Rougarous beating the Sloss, a score of 5-0. Johnny Dickshot, the win. Dude Manbro, the loss. And player of the game is Johnny Dickshot. Foxes and Aviators. And Aviators win this one, score is 6-2. Ben Caden gets the win. Stevie Vasello, the loss. And player of the game is Ben Caden. Game number 3, we had the Supernovas and the Demons. And the Demons win this one, score of 5-3. Galvin getting the win. Buster Nut, the loss. Rock Hustle, the save, and player of the game is Tim Galvin. Game number 4, Raptors and the Voiders, and the Raptors win here, the score of 5-2. Billy Bisquick, the win. Colvin Fairborn, the loss. Lucas, the save, and player of the game is JD Jax. Game number 5, Vandals beating the Scorpions, so they still remain 2.5 back here. Winning here is Ripspod, Styles the loss, Kid the save, and player of the game is Ripspod. Game number 6, Stars and the Toros. Stars winning 5-4. McConnell getting the win, Pizza the loss, and player of the game is Rose. Game number 7, Apex and the Crabs. Apex win big in this one, 16-6. Cal Otter the win, Finesse Insider the loss, and player of the game is Holden a Fart. Alright, and that finishes us off for today. Let me just check again to be sure. No minors games today. We'll move on to the next PBE Quick Sim Day, and let me just go ahead and... Oh, we only have 2 for you here. We'll go ahead and pull these up, and there you go.
Nice, thank you. Win for the Apex, clawing right there with the Crabs record. Very similar records. Tokiyami with the win, Euriquez Garcia with the loss, Pleasance with the save. Tokiyami, the starting pitcher, is your player of the game. And DVS with a big win, scored 9 in the 13th inning. Wow, that's a pretty dominant half inning. Lemon with the win, Mostyn with the loss, and player of the game is Elliot Lefebvre. So never really see that. 9 runs scored in an extra inning. Wow.
And that pushes the Vandals back now to 3 back from the Raptors with, let's see here, 9 games left to go. So pretty tight here. Going to move on to our next day, which is an off day according to my schedule. And we'll just take a look here. That is correct. And that brings us to feature matchup number 2. And this is the Chicago Kingpins versus the Swifties, but the Swifties are going to be at home this time. So another crucial game here for the Miners. And let me pull up the stats information on this one. Left-hand pitcher Todd Gonzalez versus left-hand pitcher You Need to Calm Down. You Need to Calm Down has the second highest quality start percentage in the minors with 65.2%. Same team, same lineups, so same milestones, hot streaks, etc. So there we go. All right, we're going to go ahead and get this one started here. Gonzalez is 10-6 with the 3.27 ERA. You Need to Calm Down is 14-4 with the 3.02 ERA. So both pitchers with pretty good ERAs here and winning loose records. All right, looking at the matchups here, again, it's 5-4. Swifties in favor, slightly in batting, but now it's a tie in pitching rather than Chicago having the lead. So this could be a slightly different matchup here for this one. And we're going to get started again with Zach Mouse. Zach Mouse hitting right to the shortstop, throws across, gets out number 1. And that'll bring up Roach. Roach, this could be a base hit, yes, in the right side, and that'll be a single with 1 out, and that'll bring up Ruiz. Ruiz towards left center field there, and the left fielder gets it, out number 2. Runner still at first, and now Lee. Lee will take a walk here with the inside pitch. And now Picone with 2 on, 2 out. Picone, 283 this season. Picone, and that will do it. And they get the out. 2 stranded, bottom of the first we go. Swifties up now. And that one's thrown over to first, route number 1. Dinkle strikes out, and that'll bring up Danny B. Danny B with the line drive down the left side, and Danny B's on, and now Drozdoff, 1 on, 2 out. Drozdoff, and that's to the gap in center, and look at Danny B go to third. Now we have runners at the corners, 2 outs. Alomar, and Alomar will get the RBI single here, and that'll make the score 1-0, Swifties. This one drilled right to the first baseman, runs over, makes a tag, leaves 2 stranded, but Swifties get 1 on, and it is now 1-0, top of the second. Hot hitter Chungus for Chicago, and just like that, continues the hitting streak as he gets on base with the leadoff single. Itch now. Itch will strike out, leaving Chungus on first, and now cold hitter Frank. Frank, towering shot towards right field, and that is caught at the wall, and that is out number 2. This one's a towering shot the opposite direction, but that one is over the fence, and that is 371 feet.
Out of
And that
the
makes the score
park.
2-1 now, Chicago. Wow. Parker Beauchamp with the 2-run blast. And look at this. This could be back-to-back here. Back-to-back home runs. Zach Mouse getting another one.
Out of the
That
park.
makes the score 3-0.
Bruh.
3-1. And this one's to the gap on the right side, and Chicago's got a little streak going here. 2 outs, 1 on. Past the second baseman, that'll be another base hit. Runner going to third, and that was a bad choice as they're going to get him out at third, halfway to the bag, and thrown out easily there. And that takes us now to the bottom of the second. Swifties down by 2. This one, feeble shot towards the shortstop, but it gave it enough time for the runner to get to the bag, and that is a single. And this is going to be another base hit. Runner going to third. And Preston gets on, and that'll bring up Lemon, 2 on. And he gets thrown out. But the runner scores and makes the score now 3-2. And this one's through the gap. Runner's moving to first. Top of the order here. Haka getting on base, and now Dinkle with 1 on, 2 out. Dinkle, another base hit. Swifties trying to get a rally of their own going here, and we'll have runners at the corners now. Danny B, towering shot towards left side, and that is a 3-run shot. That'll make the score 5-3 Swifties.
Out of the
Wow.
park.
It's just like that, Swifties respond. You get 3 in the top of the second, we'll get 4 in the bottom of the second. And that one's hit to the first base and makes the play, but that'll do it. Swifties get 4 on the board, now lead by 2. Top of the third we go.
Okay, Kingpins saw their lead go away with a 4-run half inning by the Swifties, so looking to do something about that, but that's a strikeout for Lee. Pacone gets that single past the shortstop. Out of the park, 209 Tacos. Shout out to Tacos for being with us tonight. We love your graphics. Oh, that's a beamed batter. Woo. So, a couple base runners. You need to calm down. Probably needs to calm down a bit. That's a grounder.
Oh, no.
That's past the shortstop. Oh, but the runner
Juice
stays.
bases.
Yeah, not testing the arm of McCollum. Oh, that's a fly ball in center. Let's see what gets done with this ball. And that's
What a
thrown
throw.
from center.
Oh.
Throws there, but the runner's easily there. It's just such a deeply hit fly ball in the long part of the field in center field, so left center. And that's in the gap.
Gap.
And that's 1 run scored. Second run, thought about it, but won't come in. So RBI double for Zach Mouse Haseo. So that's a fly ball, and that's a fly out. So they tied the game with a couple runs scored. They were down 5-3. Now it's a tie game. A lot of runs being scored in this game. A lot of offense. Alomar, that's a fly ball in right field. And that's an out. Looks like Alomar got their 110 unless they got it last game. Hernandez, that's
Oh boy,
a hard hit ball. That's at the warning track. It looked like it slowed up.
it did.
It's windy in State College. Oh, and that's a strikeout. So Todd Gonzalez, even keel there, top of the fourth. Now Chicago could take the lead. After coming back last half inning, they could do some more work. With a leadoff walk, that helps by Roach. Ruiz, that's a grounder. That's 1 out. And that's a double play. So 2 outs for Lee. Oh, and that's a 2-out single. So maybe they could still take the lead if Pacone can bring home this runner. And that'll help. That's in the right field for a base hit. That's a single. So Big Chungus, who's on fire, big flames. That's a fly ball. Center fielder's trotting it to it. And that's an out. So you need to calm down. Did a little work there now. The Swifties bats can take the lead. This game's been all over the place. Can't wait to see the graph kind of bouncing back and forth. Preston, that's a strikeout by Gonzalez. So Lemon, strikeout. So back-to-back outs. Haka leadoff hitter. Grounder, shortstop, out. So that's a nice half inning by the Chicago pitching. That's a grounder for Itch, and that's a ground out. So Frank, the catcher, and that's a grounder. Third baseman getting a lot of work. That's 2 outs. So you need to calm down. Settling in here, calm. That's a grounder. Beecham, and that's a 2-out single. So Zach Mouse, the co-GM. Oh, and that's leadoff. Oh, and it's a steal. Oh, and the throw by Benito Alomar gets the out.
Wow.
The Guns get out of the. How do you do that? You get out of the inning. Wow, nice throw. Looked like just from a slow pitch too. Oh, and that's a ground out. So Dinkle grounded out there. Danny B hit that nasty bomb. Looking to do more Danny bombs, but that's a fly ball and that's a fly out. So Dom Drozdoff hitting 352 will strike out. So back to Chicago, top of the 6th. And that's in right field. That's a single, leadoff single for the co-GM, Roach. And that's a fly ball. And that's out. So Ruiz, that's a strikeout. So lead, cleanup hitter. Ooh, and that will be some action. So that's a base hit. But the runner stays on second. So Pacone. Oh, that's deep in right field. Oh, but the right fielder's there. It was a hard hit ball.
Wow.
Right fielder stepped in to make the grab. Dom Drozdoff, who you could put him in the MVP conversation for sure. Benito Alomar will walk. Try to take that picture. Lazaro, that's a strikeout. You don't want to see Mounty's artwork. McCullum. And that's a 1-out single. So 2 base runners for Preston. Stay calls. Looking to break this lead open. Fly ball, shallow right. Runner, thought about it, will stay. So Lemon with 2 outs. With a runner in scoring position. Oh, and that's past the second baseman. Will the runner come home? They do. And they're safe standing up. So RBI 30 for Lemon. The Swifties take the lead. Oh, and that's a pass ball. We'll make it some more runs here.
Fumble
So
bumble.
scoring position for Haka. And that's a strikeout. So getting that lead, graph all over the place, but Swifties on top going into the 7th. Chungus, though, hot hitter. Looking to stay hot. That's a walk. That's how you do it. Itch. That's a strikeout. Esteban Rodriguez Jr., I Am Slim's new create. And that's a base hit. That's in left field. So 2 base runners for Beecham. That's a grounder. Pitcher to second. Don't make the relay throw. So runners on the corners with 2 outs for Zach Mouse. Grounder. Shortstop steps on the bag.
Wow.
Nice play by Preston. Heads up defensive play. Smart move just to not worry about a potential fumble bumble. Step on the bag. And now the Swifties looking to add to their lead. Haywood Dinkle. Nice hit there. And that's a strikeout for Danny B. So Drozdoff, can you stay hot? Drozdoff with a fly ball. Center fielder just chilling out there. Makes the grab. Alomar, who you saw the gun out, strikes out. So Ricky Hammer laying down the corner. We'll go top of the 8th. Kingpin's down 1, looking to tie it up here.
And we have Roach coming up first for Chicago. Roach will take a walk here, and that puts a runner on base with no outs for Ruiz. Ruiz, in line drive to the shortstop. What a play. Out number 1. Strikeout here from Lee, and now Pacone. 1 on, 2 out for Pacone here. Do the gap to the left side, and that'll put a runner on first and second for hot hitter Chungus.
Big Chungus.
And that is over the shortstop's head. This is going to be a tie game here as the runner's coming home. And he's safe. Scores now 6-6. 2 outs, 2 on. Itch.
Big Chungus in big moments.
Itch towering shot towards right field, and this is going to be a flyout. That'll leave 2 runners stranded, but Chicago gets 1 on the board and ties it up. Bottom of the 8th we go. Swifties, and we'll get a pitching change here. Smoochie Dart coming in. And a leadoff walk here for Hernandez Jr. McCollum now. McCollum! Line drive to the right fielder. That is out number 1. Runner still at first for Preston. Preston goes to shortstop, but the second baseman does not make the throw to first. Gets the out of second. 2 outs, 1 on. And a strikeout here from Lemon. And that'll take us now to the top of the 9th. Tie game. Chicago up. Frank striking out. Now Parker Beauchamp, who had the great home run the last game. Parker, line drive to the center fielder, makes a diving catch.
Ooh.
This one hit to the second baseman, throws over and gets the out. And that'll retire the side, and now the chance for the walk-off for the Swifties. Top of the order as well. Dangerous situation here for Chicago. Haka up first. Haka towering shot towards center field. That drops. Center fielder not able to get there in time, and Haka gets a leadoff double. The winning run is at second here. Dinkle. And this is going to be a flyout towards the right side, out number 1, Danny B. And Danny B gets a walk, and now Drozdoff, 2 on, 1 out. Winning run on second. Drozdoff strikes out. And now Alomar. Last chance here for the Swifties. Alomar, towering shot. Left field, it does not have the distance, so that is going to be caught. And we now move to extra innings with Hummuscott at the top of the 10th.
Here we go, extra innings here on minor league night. Last regular season, minor league night of the season. Love to see it. Extra innings, classic rivalry. Hosh Jader strikes out Roach. So that's how we started off here. Ruiz, though, coming up.
Oh!
Runner was on first. I didn't see that. Okay, so looked like, I guess it was a walk. So it wasn't a strikeout, it was a walk. Excuse me. So a couple base runners for Lee. Runner in scoring position. That's just strikeout. So Pacone, I was confused. Yeah, minors night always delivers. Thank you, Bees, for saying that. That's a fly ball. That's in left field. And that's out. So 2 outs for Big Chungus, big moments. He delivered in the top of the 8th. And that's a strikeout. So here we go. Walk-off potential. Lazaro. You've seen it before for the Swifties this season. Oh, and that's a ground out. Nice defense by Chicago. McCollum grounder. McCollum ground out. So Preston, can you do it? Grounder, ground out. Scoochie Dart, scooching it, and forcing 3 straight outs there. 1, 2, 3. So top of the 11th. Here you go, LBG. Your turn.
All right, bottom third of the order here for Chicago. Itch is up first. Itch will take a walk here. That puts a runner on first for cold hitter Frank. Frank striking out, and now Parker Beauchamp. Beauchamp with 43 RBIs on the season. Beauchamp looks like he's going to hit into a double play here. No, the shortstop does not throw to first. Runner on first, 2 outs. And this one is past the shortstop, and that'll put runners at the... Oh, he's going! He went, and he's going to get thrown out at third. And just like that, Chicago gives it up in the top of the 11th. Wow.
Where was it from?
Center field. Center field over to third base.
Lemon making plays all night.
Right? And this one's going to be a flyout here. And we know go to the top of the order again. Haka, 1 out. Haka striking out. And now Dinkle. And Dinkle strikes out. 12th inning.
So here we go. Roach, Ruiz, leave. Roach, that'll start you off. Lead off double potentially. And in there sliding, so lead off double against the right field wall. Ruiz now. And that's a walk. Here we go. Couple base runners. Lee. And out. That may do it. The runner stopped. Oh, the runner hesitation, maybe thinking the left fielder is going to go make the grab. Stayed. So here we go. Is the runner going to go from third after this fly ball in center? Not even testing the arm of Lemon, who's having a night. So Chungus.
Oh, boy.
Big Chungus, big moment. And that's a grand salami in the top of the
Out of the park.
Wow. A grand salami to break this lead. to break this tie. Excuse me. Wow, Chicago, clip that. 22 hits. That's a 22nd hit for the Kingpins in this game. It ends up being a grand salami. Wow. Wow. Miners Night always delivers. It's
Right.
not in the direction sometimes you prefer, but it's still delivering. That's a grounder. That's a double play. Swifties get out of there. Leather Shoe came in there for late there, so in relief. So Danny B starts us off with the leadoff single. So F in the chat, yeah. And that's it's a shallow in right field, but the second baseman makes the grab. So Benito grounded to the third baseman. They get one out. Don't make the relay throw. Lazaro, anything left in the tank for the Swifties? Juan Esquites. Ooh, the strikeout looking to end the game. Chicago, a couple upsets back-to-back here on minor league night. This one came in an entertaining fashion in the 12th with the grand salami by Big Chungus. Big moment for Big Chungus. Look at that graph. It was hovering around the middle, up and down, and then just shot up at the end with that grand slam. So definitely your best batter is Big Chungus. 5 ribbies, 3 for 5 with with 3 runs scored. So what a night for Chungus. And pitching wise, Rodriguez with the blown save, Plummer with the loss, and Dart with the win in relief. And Big Chungus is your player of the game. No doubt with that one.
And just to point out, there were 36 hits in this matchup. Jeez.
We worked overtime on that one.
Right?
Hey, person, man, I need a raise.
We'll grab these ones and I'll get the majors?
Yeah. So we got Hepcats Dillos. Hepcats dominant win on the road here coming towards playoff time. So maybe peaking at the right time. Hammersmith with the win. Sims with the loss. Hammersmith player of the game. Wheelers get the win 4-1. And so making noise at the bottom there. Upset against the 66ers. Font with the win. Miller with the loss. Roach with the save. Font with the loss. With the player of the game, excuse me. Font, that is Shaq's player. Mounties with the win. Upset win on paper. 9-6 hits. Greer with the win. Farmworth with the loss. Black with the save. Gravy is your player of the game. Chili Gravy. And we already did the bottom right one. So that was pretty nuts, as you could see just looking at it. But Dart got the win there. Wow, what a game.
And just to point out, with the Dynamo's loss and Chicago winning, they are now tied with 7 games to go. Also, the Wheelers, with this win here, are 2 back as well. So the Wheelers trying to sneak in here and the outside shot of maybe grabbing a spot here to finish it out. So we're going to go ahead and check on the major scores now. We only have 2 majors games, and that is the Crabs versus the Rougarous. Crabs winning this one with a score of 4-2. Maddox the win, McDougal the loss, Turner the save, and player of the game is Rusty Kuntz. Over on the other one here, Vandals beating the Sloths. Vandals now 9-3 in this one. Winner is Jabs, loser is Daring, and Jabs is your player of the game. So pulling up,
we were requested to check it to see the leaderboard for best season for RBI wise. So you want to go league history. See there toward the bottom, and you can go. So single season and career records. We'll check out single season batting. Let's see for ribbies.
Sullivan was 123.
If you want to click season real quick, see how far behind Bauer is. Still a couple behind, so may happen tonight. Definitely we'll be checking that. That's a pretty big accomplishment. Look at him. Wow, Bauer's there 3 times out of 4. So looking to steal that from Juosu. Should be interesting.
Absolutely. All right, so that finishes us out for today. Looking at our schedule here, our next matchup is going to be on the 18th, which will be the Hepcats versus the Dillos. Fast forward here.
On the 18th, yep.
Yep, and it looks like we got a full lineup of majors, and I'll grab those after we're done with this one here. Moving on to the information on tonight's game. Let me pull up the stats team window. And let's see here for Kansas City versus the Dillos. Kansas City's starting pitcher Dogwood Maple is leading the league with 15 losses this season. Dogwood needs 3 strikeouts to reach 100 Ks on the season. Dogwood has fanned 24 Dillos batters this year, and they are sporting a .211 average against him as a team. Elliot Alderson for Kansas City is on pace to break the Hepcat record with single-season WAR with 4.6. Dillo's starting pitcher Hot Dog Sandwich is in sole ownership of the top spot of the league with 2 complete games this season. Hot Dog needs 10 strikeouts to reach the 400K milestone for his career and is currently in second place for strikeouts this season with 118. Hot Dog is sporting a 7.59 ERA against Kansas City batters this year. Dillo Pete Bonnell is tied for first place this season with 4 triples. So a lot of interesting info here for this matchup. We're going to come over here and take a look at the stats. Dogwood Maple is 8-15 with a 5.89 ERA versus Hot Dog Sandwich 10-12 with a 3.94 ERA. Pulling up our matchups here. 5-4, Dillo's having the lead here batting wise and the lead in pitching. So Dillo's with a good chance here to maybe pull off an upset win over the Hepcats. And we're going to get started with Simba Thrallers.
Hold on.
Here we go. Thrallers. And that's through the gap in center. And Thrallers getting on with the leadoff base hit for the Dillos. Oh, excuse me, for the Hepcats. Justice now. And Thrallers getting their 53rd stolen base of the season. This one's a fly out to left field. Out number 1. Runner still a second. Dylan Hodge now. Hodge. Towering shot towards center. And that is caught for out number 2. Runner stays a second. And now Mr. Robot, Elliot Alderson. Elliot to the second baseman. Throws her, makes the play at first. And that'll retire the side, leaving 1 stranded. Dillo's coming up now, bottom of the first. Poutine, here we go. Poutine, and that's going to be a flyout to left field for out number 1. Winters now. Winters, and same almost exact play, fly out to left field, out number 2. Noah Johns the third. Noah right to the shortstop and makes the throw to first. 1-2-3 inning. Top of the second we go now. Kansas City up. Middle of their lineup here. Dressel. Dressel gets a leadoff walk, and now Washington. Mark Washington. Oh, and he's going to second. Did they get him? Yes, they got him at second. Dressel getting thrown out, trying to get the steal. And a strikeout here from Washington. Now all of a sudden we have 2 outs. Marksman up now. And Marksman looks like he got beaned. Yes, he did. Takes his base. 1 on, 2 outs for Jarmagan. Second baseman grabs that one, throws the first. Retires the side, leaving 1 stranded. Bottom of the second we go, still 0-0. Dillo's up now. This one hit towards the third baseman. That's going to be a fumble bumble.
Fumble bumble.
Pitcher gets this one, throws to the second, gets the out there, but the runner gets to first. 1 out, 1 on. And a strikeout here. Bubbles getting thrown out, and now Lowett Joe. Lowett Joe striking out as well. That brings up Armstrong. Oh, no, that was 3 outs. And here we go, top of the third with Hummus God.
Don't let the Kingpins upsetting the Swifties make you forget that half-evented. Yeah. So, just wanted to get that point across. Ooh, and that's a line out to the left fielder. Hot Dog Sandwich, your pitcher. Simba Thrallers. That's a base hit. That's a single. Yeah. Shout out to Among Us crew. It's been a minute for me. I need to get back into that. Oh, that's a grounder. That's 1 out. They turn 2. Double play. Hot Dog Sandwich. Maybe a hot dog is a sandwich. And that's a base hit for Dogwood Maple, who's here with us tonight. Shout out to Dogwood. Oh, excuse me, he's a pitcher. Wow, I'm blind. So gave up the hit. Sorry to hype you up, but that's an out. So that's in left field for Poutine. Armstrong was the one who got the hit. Excuse me. And there goes your no-no. Sorry, Dogwood. Looks like I jinxed it by flubbing your call there. That's a strikeout, though. So you have a chance to come out of this inning unscathed. And looks like you will. Left fielder just has to make this grab. They do. So Dogwood, no runs given up so far, having a nice night. We'll go top of the fourth here. Hepcats batters. Hodge, Dylan Hodge, one of the 4 or 5 Dylans. My brother joined recently, who's also a Dylan. So Alderson, that's it. Oh,
Oh,
that's
no.
over the center field. It looks like the center fielder misjudged it and allows the batter to go for 3. And that's a triple.
Wow.
Oh, he's out.
Oh,
my God.
no.
Clip that. What great defense there to recover. Maybe they faked it, pretended to go for the catch, and knew they had the gun behind them. And that's 3 outs. Wow. Dillos always doing the most interesting things here. And that's a leadoff single for King. Wow. Wow. That throw was insane. Left fielder makes the grab for the out by Bubbles. And that's an out. They call him Joe West. I mean, looked out to me, just it was hard to see. Oh, left fielder. And that's 3 outs for the Dillo. So we'll go back to the Hepcats batters. Mark Washington. That's a ground out. Marksman. Here we go. And that's it. A left fielder is going to be there in left center for a fly ball. It's a fly out. Jarnigan ground out. So hot dog sandwich and Dogwood Maple really having nice nights. That's a strikeout for Dogwood, 4th on the night. And that's a grounder. Oh, past the shortstop. Shortstop couldn't stop it there. Jerry Rice reaches on a single. Poutine. Right fielder is going to go over to the ball and make the grab. So Winters. The cold hitter breaks out of the cold spell. He's moving the runner to third. And they do. Runners on the corners for Noah Johns, the third. And that's a strikeout. Dogwood unscathed here after 5. We'll go top of the 6th. Joe will get out there. Thrallers, grounder, catcher, throw, in time. Justice, grounder, pitcher, makes the out. So bottom of the 6th, can somebody score a run? King. Oh, that's deep. That's over the left field wall. That's a homer. And Miners Night will deliver. So you just ask.
Out of the park.
Will deliver. We got the run. Dillos take the lead. The potential upset on the horizon here. And they keep it going here with a single by Bottle. Wow. Bubbles. Grounder. They get 1 out. Shortstop. Gets the out at second, so still 1-0 here for Joe. And gets it past the third baseman, couldn't make the grab. So Armstrong, grounder, third baseman. They get the out. Oh, they don't. Wow, they dropped the ball. Fumble, bumble, couldn't get the out. Bases juiced.
Fumble,
base.
bumble.
Here we go. That drops. Right fielder makes a throw at home. And 2 runs come across. Jerry Rice, the 2 RBI single. Wow. Dillos, all Dillos in this half inning here. Poutine, grounder. They get 1 out. Oh, and they don't make the throw. Now risking another fumble bumble. Winters. That's in right field. That's a fly ball. That's a fly out. So Dillos take control here, bottom of the 6th, scoring all of their runs in the bottom of the 6th. 3-0. Top of the 7th, though, Dylan Hodge will walk and has 18 stolen bases, so watch out the base pass. And, oh, that's deep in right field. That's a hard hit ball. That's gone. Alderson
Out of the park.
trying to claw back into this game. It's still down a run, but no outs. Alderson, the clutch at bat, having a season, put Alderson in the MVP conversation. Why don't you? Dressel. Oh, past the first baseman. Oh, and they're going for 2. Oh, that was awesome. Taking advantage of the slow roller. Right fielder had to run from all the way in right field to that one. So the walk, 2 base runners. Marksman. Ooh, pop out. Oh, shortstop couldn't jump for the ball. But runners are all staying. Bases juiced. Jarnigan will strike out looking. Hot dog sandwich looking to settle down here. Joe. Back-to-back strikeouts for Hot Dog. Can Hot Dog get out of this jam? That would be very impressive. Crawlers.
Wow.
Strike 3. Back-to-back-to-back strikeouts. Oh, no, but the reliever got that one. So the third strikeout was Dixon. Clip that. That's great pitching by the Dillos to get out of a bases loaded, no out jam. And that's a strikeout by Johns. King. That's in left field, and that's an out. Wow, great games all night, and that's a strikeout. So Harry Richard, jeez. Justice will come up. Oh, sorry, top of the eighth. Here you go, OBG.
No worries, and Justice will get a leadoff walk here, and that'll bring up Dylan Hodge. Hodge, towering shot towards center field. And that is caught for out number 1. Runner still at first. Mr. Robot up again. Elliot Alderson, that's another flyout, looks like, the center field. Out number 2. 1 on, 2 outs for Dressel. And we get a chance of a stolen base here, and that's not going to do it. Justice getting thrown out at second with only 3 stolen bases on the season. And a costly chance here for the stolen base will send us now to the bottom of the 8th. And Dillo's up by 1 here with the leadoff strikeout. Bubbles getting thrown out, and now Lowett Joe. Lowett Joe striking out, and that brings up Armstrong. Armstrong, right to the second baseman, throws over, gets the out. 1-2-3 inning. And now last chance here for Kansas City. Dressel, Washington, and Marksman. Dressel up first. To the shortstop, throws over, makes the play. Out number 1, Washington. Washington with the walk. And now the winning run coming up to bat here, if they can get something going here. And that one is hit over the head of the second baseman. Runner going to third, and he's safe. Runners at the corners now for Jernagan. And a strikeout. Still 2 on, 2 out. Joe is up now. Joe to the pitcher, throws over to first, gets the out. That'll retire the side. And that does it, as the Dillos beating the Hepcats here at the score of 3-2. 9 hits to 7, 2 errors, costly errors there for the Hepcats. Batting wise, it looks like our best batter here for Kansas City is Elliot Alderson. 2 hits, 1 run, 2 RBIs. And on the other hand, we have Jerry Rice getting 2 hits and 2 RBIs for the Dillos. Kansas City pitching, Dogwood Maple taking their 16th loss of the season, 8-16 for them. Dillo's Hot Dog Sandwich gets their 11th win, 11-12 now for them. 6.2 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, 99 pitches. Player of the game is Hot Dog Sandwich. And if you want to grab these, I'll get the majors.
Yeah. So Kingston gets the win at home. Dallas struggle hit a little bit here. 7-5. Black with the win. Sig Ripper with the loss. And Vincent Avon, player of the game, fellow Vandal. Look at the 66ers. Look at their bats. 18-3, 12-0 win. That's how you. That's one way to get hot before the playoffs. But Daly with the win. George the third with the loss. Lane with the player of the game. The Dillos get the win. Oh, we just saw that. So we'll go Kingpins again, just dominating tonight. 4-3 win. Got out hit 7-11, but Waller with the win. Tam with the loss. Gambini with the save. And Waller is your player of the game. So a lot of upsets tonight here on Miners Night, delivering in a way that's entertaining.
And that puts us with the Hepcats 2 up on the 3rd seed. 4th seed right now is the Kingpins with their hot streak going. Dallas Dynamos fall 1 back, and 3 back are the Wheelers. And that will take us now to the majors. And first game up, we have the Raptors versus the Foxes, and Raptors win this one with a score of 5-0. A 2-hit shutout, 2 errors for the Foxes. Mac Arian the win, Atsuko Rune the loss, and player of the game is Mac Arian. Over on the second game, Stars beating the Aviators with a score of 6-5 in 10 innings. Winner is Cletus McFloridaman, Bob Beaumont the loser, McConnell the save, and player of the game is Dub City. Game number 3, Voyagers and Supernovas. Voyagers win a score of 14-5 over the Supernovas. Choate, Choate, keeps on correcting me. Choate getting the win. McQuack the loss. Player of the game is Benjamin Hilmer. Rougarous losing to the Crabs, a score of 6-4. Turner the win. Nakamura the loss. Wilson the save. And player of the game is Mike Latoris. Game number 5, Sloss beating the Vandals, score of 10-6. Rose the win. Austin Bentley the loss. It goes 9-9 now in the season, 4.181 ERA. Slim Dugan, the save. Player of the game is Bobby McDonald. Scorpions beating the Toros, a score of 3-2, just barely winning that one. Green the win, Carsey the loss, Leong the save, and Green is your player of the game. And finally, the Demons and the Apex. Demons winning, a score of 3-2. Young the win, Dangley the loss, Chadwick the save, player of the game is Young. And looking at the standings now for the majors, 2 up on the 5th seed are the Voyagers. Raptors still holding on and on the 6th seed, and falling to 3.5 back are the Vandals. So still mathematically possible switches here for either one of these teams here. Let's take a look at the Scorpions versus Sloths. 5 now. Scorpions move ahead 5 games over the Sloths, 5.5 games. The Scorpions with a pretty good chance here the next game or two to get the 1st seed for the playoffs. And that pulls
How
up.
is Nashville not clinched yet? That's interesting. I guess it looks like their magic number is 1.
Yeah,
so they've got to win 1 more.
One more. And so that takes us now to the 19th, and the 19th is a PBE quick sim only. So we're going to go ahead and fast forward today. And I'll just go ahead and serpentine this one. I'll grab this one. You can get the next one. Game number 1, Raptors winning over the Foxes, score of 9-2. Colton Kai the win, Varga the loss. Player of the game is McDavitt, Connor McDavitt. Aviators beating the Stars, score of 5-2. Jackson the win, McConnell the loss, Rias the save, and Jackson is your player of the game. Game 3, the Voyagers Supernovas. Voyagers win 5-1. Joey Slothface the win, Torkelton the loss, O'Sullivan the save, and Slothface player of the game. Game 4, Rougarous beating the Crabs, score of 9-5. Coco McQueen the win, Finesse Insider the loss, and Rusty Kuntz player of the game. Game number 5 here, Sloss beating the Vandals again, a score of 5-1. Excuse me. Windsor the win, Santo the loss, and Callaway Flowers player of the game. Game number 6, right? Demons winning over the Apex, score of 7-1. Mitchell the win, Graham's the loss. Mitchell is your player of the game. Scorpions and the Toros for the final game. Toros win this one over the Scorpions. Striker Spin the rate the win, Balquin the loss, Amp Dupree the save. Player of the game is DJ Steele. And that finishes off for today's matches. And taking a look now at the wild card from here, Vandals fall to 4.5 back now, and Stars now clinch, grabbing that final spot. And it looks like, let's see here, let me count this up.
No, Boise has the last spot. They just haven't clinched yet.
Right.
Voyagers and Boise are 2 wildcard teams that haven't clinched. Voyagers need 1 more win. Boise needs 4 more wins to clinch.
And yeah, so big 4.5 back. Okay, so that looks like that is it for today's schedule. Pulling up the information here, we have
check the RBI record.
Oh sure. Let's see, that was league history, season and career.
Still
RBIs.
Julian O'Sullivan. We could check.
Tied
it.
So with 7-8 games to go left, still pretty much certainty that Bauer is going to grab that one away from Julian O'Sullivan. All right, so we're moving on to our next sim day. And pulling up the schedule, we have San Bernardino versus Anchorage. And let me think here, what time are we at? Was just over an hour. We've already done half the schedule. So I guess we'll go ahead and do these next 2 matches and then figure out from there, maybe do 1 or 2 more after that, depending on time. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at the information here for San Bernardino versus Anchorage from the stat team. Starting pitcher, Kyle Bellinger Jr. Oh, I'm getting a message here from head office this year. Oh, I'm sorry, Max. Wish you had messaged me sooner. Max wanted to know if he can join us on the stream. Maybe next time, Max, we'll try and get you on. San Bernardino and the Wheelers. Starting pitcher Kyle Bellinger Jr. for San Bernardino has the 4th most wins this season with 12. Kyle has given up the 6th most home runs out of all starters this season with 21. Kyle's short fuse has led him to being the 2nd most batters this season with 9 hit batsmen. Stolen base, or SB Crowbar Thiek. Well, it's the 66ers. Crowbar Thiek is on pace to break the 66er single season record for batting average with 367. Anchorage starting pitcher Pat Rogers has given up 29 hits to 66er batmen this season. Pat needs just one more win to reach 10 wins. Sailor Twift for Anchorage is only 2 home runs away from reaching the 30 career home run milestone, and 66ers batters are sporting a .296 average against Pat this season. So, very interesting stats here for both these teams. We're going to go over and now take a look at their win-loss totals. And let's see here. Kyle Bellinger Jr. is 12-4 with a 4.94 ERA. Pat Rogers is 9-8 with a 4.05 ERA. Looking at the matchups, wow, 8 for 66ers, only 1 for the Wheelers, but Wheelers have the advantage of pitching. Randy Myth, former Dynamo, is going to start us off here for 66ers. Pitcher comes set. Hit to the shortstop, throws over, makes the play, out number 1. Al Bunty now. Al Bunty, a tapper towards the pitcher, and he beats out the throw, and that'll be an infield single for Al Bunty. Lane now. Lane, line drive to the right fielder, and that is out number 2. Theeks. Crowbar Theeks, and the shortstop runs out into left field to make the play there, leaves the batter stranded, and we now move to the bottom of the 1st. Wheeler's up. A cardboard cutout of Derek Jeter is up first, and this looks like it's going to be a fly out to center field. Out number 1. And a strikeout here for Fisher, and that'll bring up Sailor Twift. Twift striking out as well, and that's a 1-2-3 inning. Top of the 2nd we go. Gerald Lim. Gerald hitting towards 3rd base, and that is thrown across, out number 1. Big Jim. This one hit towards the 2nd baseman, out number 2. Silverboat. Silverboat, and that'll drop in front of the right fielder. This could be 2. No, he stays at 1st. Rodriguez. And Rodriguez gets a base hit as well. Runners now at 1st and 2nd for Gonzalez. Gonzalez, a tapper to the 1st baseman, runs over, makes a tag, and that'll retire the side, leaving 2 stranded. Bottom of the 2nd we go. Wheeler's chance now. Line drive to the 2nd baseman. That is out number 1. Buckley. And past the shortstop, and that'll be a base hit. 1 on, 1 out for Antonelli. Antonelli right to the 2nd baseman, and we get the 4-6-3 double play. That'll retire the side. Top of the 3rd we go.
Here we go, Randy Myth. And that's over the center fielder's wall, and that's a leadoff double. So, trying to get that first run in this game, Bunty, that's a grounder, and that's a ground out. So Lane will come up. Lane, that's in center field. That's a single, and that will score a run. So 66ers drawing first blood here. Theeks makes the grab. It gets the out, the fly out. And Lim, another fly out, left fielder makes the grab. So 66ers get that first run across. Paquin looking to do some damage, tie this game. That's a fly out. So Finelli. Strikeout. So Singer, the cold hitter. And that's a fly ball. That's a fly out. And that's a grounder. That's a base hit for Big Jim. So 66ers looking to add to their lead. Riverboat, grounder. They get one. Oh, and they jump in turn 2. Nice defense by Anchorage. So 2 outs for Rodriguez. Rodriguez, grounder. First baseman makes the throw. The soft toss to the pitcher. We'll go Anchorage now. Top of the order. That's a walk. So Fisher. That's in center field. That drops. So, oh, and the runner goes to third. Thought they were going to stop. Nice base running. So Twift. And that's a pop-up. Second baseman's in the grass. Runner from third doesn't do anything. Burrow.
Gap.
That's an RBI. Good gap. That's 1 run scored. Second run's going to third. Second run, didn't score. So lead off. RBI double, stand-up double. And that's a strikeout for Buckley. So Antonelli looking to take the lead. And they do. The ball drops for the right fielder. 1-run scores, 2-run score. So they went from down a run to up 2 runs in this half inning with 2 outs. 2-out rally. That's a fly ball. Clip that 2-out rally. That's clutch baseball by Anchorage. So Danny Gonzalez will ground out. Myth will come up for San Bernardino. That's a strikeout. And Bunty. Oh, and that's a ground ball. Second baseman steps over, makes the throw. So bottom of the 5th, Anchorage looking to pound the 66ers after getting pounded big time last game. Back-to-back walks. Corporal put out a Derek Jeter. Looking like Derek Jeter, a lefty Derek Jeter. Oh, and the runner will come from second, and they will score. So cardboard cutout of Derek Jeter looks like the actual Derek Jeter, and that's the strikeout. So it's Sandler Twift. Oh, and that's in center field. That's a base hit. Runner comes from second. Runner will score. RBI single for Twift. Burrow, clutch at bat last time up, will line out there. So Buckley, the 5-hitter, hitting 185, strikes out. So Bellinger Jr. finally gets out of there, but not looking pretty. Past couple half innings, and that's a infield single for Lane. Deeks, that's in center field, and that's a fly out in center. So Lim with a shallow right, and that's an out. So Big Jim, that's in left field. That's deep. That's gone. So
Out of the park.
rally. This time it's San Bernardino looking to get back in this game. That's a big at bat. It's 5-3 now. A 391-foot shot by Big Jim. Wow. Forgot about the pull. And that's an out. So we'll go back to Anchorage here, looking to add to their lead, bottom of the 6th. And that's a strikeout. And that's a walk. Bellinger Jr. still in the game. Ooh, third baseman makes a dive. And they're safe. Wow. Nice infield single for Finelli. Singer looking to sing on this one. Grounder, shortstop. Makes the 1 throw, makes the second. That's a double play. 6-4-3. That's still a 2-run lead for Anchorage, though. Top of the 7th. And that's a grounder. Shortstop. Makes the throw. They're calling it an easy out in the text. Wow. Didn't look easy to me. That's a fly ball for Danny Gonzalez. That's an out. So Myth now with 2 outs. And that's a base hit. Gets through to left field. So 2-out single. And then another base hit for Bunty. So here we go. 2 base runners for Lane, 2 outs. Can they tie the game? That's a grounder. And he's safe.
Whoa.
Wow. So juice is based for Theeks. Can they do something with these base runners? They won't. The second baseman makes the easy out. So here we go. Wheeler still got their lead. That was a crazy jam. Clip that to get out of that, and that's an easy infield single. Shortstop has no play to make. Up Derek Jeter is of greatness, and that's right field. That's gone. Wheeler is really taking over this game. Saw those 2 runs come across, top of the 6th for San Bernardino.
Out of the park.
Is now taking a 4-run lead after that bomb by Fisher. So that's a grounder. That's a ground out. First out of the inning there. We'll go Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow. That's a ground out for Joe Burrow. So here we go. 2 outs. And that's a walk. Can they add to their lead now? That's a fly ball. That's in left field. And easy out. So finally, San Bernardino gets to bat. We'll go top of the 8th. LBG.
And Wheeler's up by 4 here. San Bernardino needs to get something going, and Gerald Lim coming up first. This one hit to the shortstop, and that is thrown out for out number 1. Big Jim now, who had the home run earlier. Big Jim, and that'll be a fly out in the infield, out number 2. And now Riverboat. And the third baseman throws across, but not in time. Riverboat beats out the throw. And this one hit to the second baseman, but is not able to make the play in time. 2 runners on now for Gonzalez. 2 on, 2 out. Gonzalez. And this one hit to the shortstop. Makes the play at second. Retiring the side, leaving a runner stranded. And that takes us now to the bottom of the 8th. Wheeler's still up by 4. This one, tapper to the pitcher, out number 1. And that'll be a base hit in left field. And Vanelli will get on, and that'll bring up Singer. Singer in the cold streak right now, and we do get a pitching change. LaCroix comes in. LaCroix with the strikeout. 2 outs now, 1 on. Top of the order, and that's another strikeout, leaving the runner stranded. Top of the 9th, 3 outs remaining, 4 runs to go. Top of the order for the 66ers, Randy Myth, Al Bunty, and Matthew Lane. Randy Myth will take the leadoff walk. Al Bunty coming up now. Al Bunty, line drive towards right field, and that is out of here. A 2-run blast, wow. 398 feet.
Out of
and
the
just
park.
like that,
No outs.
they have their deficit from 7-3 to 7-5 now. Now Matthew Lane will come on with only 2 runs to go. Matthew Lane striking out. That is out number 1, and now Crowbar Deeks. Deeks towards left field, but it does not have the distance. That'll be caught out number 2. Last chance here, Gerald Lim. 2 outs. Gerald, line drive to the shortstop. And that is going to do it as the Wheelers beating the 66ers a score of 7-5. 24 hits total in this game. Looking at our batting lineups here, looks like our best hitter for San Bernardino was Al Bunty. 1 run, 3 hits, 2 RBIs. For Anchorage, we had 2 runs, 2 hits, and 2 RBIs for Fisher. Pitching for San Bernardino, Kyle Bellinger Jr. takes their 5th loss this season, 12-5 now for them. Anchorage, Rogers getting their 10th win, Wright their 4th hold, and Carlton their 14th save. Player of the game is Will Fisher. And I'll grab the rest of these if you'll get the majors after this one. All right, and Mounties beating the Dynamos. Dynamos on a 4-game losing skid now on this stream. Chances are sliding for a playoff chance here. A score of 6-2. Takahashi the win, Lassie the loss, Black the save. Player of the game is Takahashi. Moving down over here to, we just watched that one. Game number 3, the Hepcats Dillos. Dillos winning this one, a score of 9-1. Morgan the win, Cyrek the loss, Morgan player of the game. And the Swifties beat the Kingpins here. Score of 5-2. Jader the win, Leaf the loss, Bojangle the save, and Ratatouille is your player of the game. And with the Swifties beating the Kingpins and Dynamos losing, looks like they are now just 1 game back still. Yes, so Wheeler's moving up to 2 games now within grabbing that spot. And it looks like we have 5 games to go. So with only 5 games, still really tight here. Only 2-game lead here for the Hepcats as well. So something could happen here between all 4 of these teams. Things could shift very quickly. We're gonna go
name a more iconic duo than the 4th minor league playoff spot and minor league night. Like, here we go, right? Like, you got on minor league night, you got the 4th and final playoff spot completely up for grabs. The 3 teams trying to get that spot. That last team only within 2 games. So should be interesting how this pans out. Boise gets the win 7-1. Lemieux moves to 8-10. Slepian takes the loss. Lemieux is your player of the game. Nice game for Brent Lemieux. And the Sloths get the win. So 43 will pick up the loss. Mambro with the win. Dugan, 14th save on the season. Dude Mambro, the starting pitcher, is your player of the game. The Rougarous get a win 11-1, 17-3 on hits. An error by Providence. Dick Shot with the win. Enriquez Garcia with the loss. Rotor Wash, your player of the game. And the Voyagers get to win 6-2. Steve Art with the win, Baxter with the loss. Steve Art is your player of the game.
Magic number now for the Raptors is 2 games to clinch the 6th spot. And it looks like Voyagers now have clinched as well. So only the 6th seed. It looks like we have another chance here with Stars and Voyagers. Voyagers might take the 4th seed away from Stars. So that's another matchup to watch. Yeah, that's another one to watch there.
Round.
Yep, for the wildcard round, absolutely. So we'll definitely take a look at that one there. But 5.5 games back, and there are 7 games to go for Vancouver. Vancouver needs to get a winning streak going here. All right, and that is going to finish that up for today. Pulling up my schedule. Next game are my Dynamos versus Diesel's Mounties. Dynamos needing a precious win here to get something going. All right, let me pull up the stats from the stats team on this matchup. Dallas starting pitcher Ian the Igloo has given up a fairly anemic 55 earned runs so far this season. Ian needs 3 strikeouts to reach 60 strikeouts for the season. Ian is sporting a lackluster 9 ERA versus Kingston batters. The Dallas batters Sean Spencer, 31 games, Johnny Tsunami, 25 games, and Vincent Avon, 23 games, have put up the top 3 longest hitting streaks this season in the minors. Kingston starting pitcher Jack Rollo has caused trouble for Dallas batters this year, keeping them to a team batting average of .231. Jack is having a proficient rookie season with a 4.09 ERA and 32 strikeouts to this point. Kingston's Chili Gravy is on a hot streak over the last 6 games, sporting a .464 average with 13 hits and 4 home runs. Kingston's Orion Kirkby currently sits in second place all-time in the Mountie single-season OPS record with .966. Bob Giggles currently owns that record with 1.094. All right, so we're going to look at the information here for the game. Ian the Igloo is 0-6 with a 5.82 ERA versus Jack Rollo 4-1 with a 3.71 ERA. Pulling up our matchups. 5 for Dallas, 2 for Mounties, and 2 ties in the batting department. So Dynamos with a pretty big advantage here batting-wise, but Kingston with the advantage in pitching. And we're going to start off with hot hitter Vincent Avon. We're the Dynamos. Three losers. We're going to check the schedule as we get really close to the end of the stream and see if there's a game or two that we want to cover based on playoff implications. And Vincent gets on base to start us off here. Johnny Tsunami, Vincent going to second. And Vincent getting stolen base. No, he gets thrown out. Vincent getting thrown out at second. And Johnny Tsunami will get the base hit here. Will Johnny go for stolen base number 64? And this is a towering shot towards the left side, and that'll be caught near the warning track, out number 2. And now Johnny Pluto. Pluto batting .332 this season, and Johnny Tsunami gets the stolen base. Pluto, and that's going to be a fly out to left field, and that'll leave Tsunami stranded, and that takes us now to the bottom of the first. Kingston up. And Ian throws a strikeout to Peter Dawson Jr. for out number 1. Jimbo slice. Jimbo. And that's an infield flyout for out number 2. And now Kirkby. Kirkby, line drive to the shortstop. 1-2-3 inning. That'll take us now to the top of the second. Still 0-0. Vicente Fox now for the Dynamos. And Vicente will get a walk here. Dustin Parmalee. And that is a fumble bumble. Pass ball.
Fumble bumble.
Runner moves to second. This one hit towards the first baseman. Makes a tag, but the runner advances to third. And that's going to be a flyout. Foul territory, right side. 2 outs now. Runner on third. And this is going to be a flyout to right field. And that's going to retire the side, leaving another runner stranded. Bottom of the second we go. Middle of the lineup, Chili Gravy, hot hitting for the Mounties. That's a line drive to first baseman, out number 1. This one past the third baseman, and that'll be a base hit with 1 out for Toot Bland. Kennedy now. Kennedy, almost same exact play, through the gap. Runners at first and second, 1 out. And that's a 4-6-3 double play. That'll retire the side, and we now move to the top of third with Hummus.
Here we go. Drake, Avon, Tsunami. And that's a fly ball for Drake. Jack Rolo still in the game. And that's an out. So Vincent Avon, fellow Vandal prospect, that's a strikeout. Tsunami, the lefty, having a season, will ground out. So Kingston will bring up Gelati. And Gelati get a lot of action on this ball, but that's a ground out. Torque Lewith. That's a grounder. That's a ground out. Someone's going to tell me I said that wrong, but look at the name. They purposely made that
Right.
for someone to pronounce it wrong. So that's a fly out for Dawson Jr. Shout out to Diesel's with us tonight. That is a base hit for Spencer. So someone's got to score at some point. Last time I said that someone hit a home run, but that's a stolen base. Oh, you're not getting Spencer on that. Oh, they did.
They did get him.
Excuse me. Toot Blonde. Wow. Tahiti top 5 me. And that's a base hit, though, for Pluto. Still can't get over. What a throw from Blonde. Yeah. And that's a double. So a couple base runners after the walk. Parmalee, Dustin, and the shallow right fly ball. So still 2 base runners for Edwards, the hot hitter. Oh, he'll become a base runner. So 3 base runners. Base is juiced. Juice is base.
This is base.
Bloomfield. Oh, that's a fly ball, but in left center, left fielder, easy grab. So couldn't do anything with bases loaded. That's okay. Still a tie game. Kingston, that's a grounder. Ground out. So Kirkby, Kingston Mounties legend, arguably one of the best players in team history. That's a fly ball. And that's a fly out. Gravy, chili gravy. Oh, that's a walk for Snusu. Toot Blonde. That's in left field. That's deep. Oh, and that's gone. That ball was hit high. That's 380 feet. 2-0 lead for Kingston with 2 outs.
Out of the park.
Toot Blonde having a game. Doing everything they can to get the lead here, and that's a strikeout. So Toot Blonde breaks this game open. Kingston up 2-0. Drake. Oh, and that's past the third baseman. Hard hit ball. The cold hitter. Looking to get 2, and they do pick up 2 bags. So Avon now with a runner in scoring position, down 2. And that's a pop out. Johnny Tsunami. That's in left center field. And that's caught. So Spencer. And that is a walk. So Johnny Pluto with 2 outs. Another walk. So juice is spaced for Vincente Fox. Strike 3, Jack Rolo. Fired up here. Minor league night delivering. Dynamos couldn't do anything again with bases loaded. Kingston will come up. Oh, pitcher couldn't do anything. That's safe. And that's a stolen base. Wow. McGibbon, nice stolen base. So grounder to the third baseman, and Gelati's out. So Lewis, it's like a lisp. That's a fly ball. Center fielder is there. Oh, nothing doing. Dawson Jr. Shortstop in the grass. That's a fly out. So we'll go top of the 6th. Dallas looking to get back in this game. Only down 2. And that's how you do it. That's a leadoff single. What you want to see out of your leadoff hitter to start. Oh, they got him. Pickoff. What a play. See, top 5. They say no to your tying run at the plate. And that's an out. So just like that, 2 outs. Wow. Great defensive pitching by the Kingston Mounties, and that's 3 outs. What a turnaround. What a half inning for Kingston defense. And now Kingston can add to their lead. That's a bobbled ball. That's 19 errors at first base.
Fumble bumble.
Grounder. Oh, another fumble bumble. So 2 base runners for Kingston.
Fumble bumble.
Grounder. 1 out. Oh, they don't make the relay throw, so runners on the corners for Toot Blonde. Toot Blonde having a game. And center fielder's going to try to make a throw. We'll see what happens here. Oh, wow. Didn't want to test the arm of your boy, Johnny Tsunami. And that's 2 outs now. 3 outs after Johnny Tsunami makes the grab again. So Dallas getting, whew, yeah, wipe that brow.
Right.
You made it. So no damage done. Now you can try to come back in this game. Drake. And that's a ground out. Vincent A. Vaughn. We found out that's actually Vince Vaughn's initials. And that's a fly out. And Johnny Tsunami, your boy, can he do something? And here we go. 2 out single for Johnny Tsunami. Yeah, Dallas got a couple of errors already. Take note. Oh, Johnny Tsunami. You knew that was going to be safe. Look at those stolen base numbers, top 3. Spencer, and that's a strikeout. And they still got the lead. Kingston, bottom of the 7th. They got to add to it, though, for insurance. First baseman steps on the bag, gets the out. Boat Sig Ripper, and that's a fly ball in right field. Boat Sig Ripper is your pitchers. 6.17 ERA on the year, looking to lower that. And they do. So that's another fly ball in right. That's another out. So we'll go bottom. We'll go top of the 8th. LBG, you'll take over.
And here we go. My Dynamo's needing a win here. Middle of the lineup, Johnny Pluto. Pluto! Towards left field, Pluto! And that is out of here. Pluto with
Out
a
of the
single run
park.
blast. And that makes it 2-1. 428 feet.
Wow. Here we go.
Vicente Fox.
Exactly what you want. Miners night, excuse me.
And Fox hitting right to the second baseman now, number 1, Dustin Parmalee. Had the leadoff single last time he was up. Gets thrown out for number 2. Odd hitter Edwards, Matthew Edwards. Edwards through the gap in center. Edwards on with a base hit. 2 outs, 1 on. Leo Bloomfield. Bloomfield line drive to the third baseman. Makes the play at second, and that'll do it. We move now to the bottom of the 8th. Kingston, top of their order. Peter Dawson Jr. Line drive right to the left fielder. What a hit.
A lot of power.
Yeah, strikeout for out number 2 here, and now Orion Kirkby. Kirkby, and that's a base hit past the shortstop. 1 on, 2 out. Pitching change. Max Steele coming in. Second baseman gets one. Throws to first, and that'll retire the side, leaving the runner stranded. Last chance here for the Dynamos. Down by 1. Drake, Yvonne, and Tsunami.
Here we go.
Drake, and that's a base hit up the middle. And that'll be a leadoff base hit. Vincent Yvonne. Winning run coming to the plate. Can they get a score here? Oh, that one's hit to the shortstop and the 6-4-3 double play. Johnny Tsunami, come on, Johnny. And Johnny strikes out, and that is going to do it. As Kingston beating the Dynamos, the score of 2-1 here. 10 hits to 5, 2 costly errors for the Dynamos. Dallas hitting. Best hitter here is going to be Johnny Pluto with a run, 2 hits, and an RBI. Over on the Kingston side, it's going to be Tutplan with a run, 2 hits, and 2 RBIs. Pitching for Dallas, Ian the Igloo takes a loss and goes 0-7 now on the season. Kingston, Rolo getting their 5th win, Benson their 2nd hold, Going Guy their 6th hold, and Black their 8th save. Player of the game is Jack Rolo. And I did the last major, so if you want to grab this one.
Yeah, looking like we'll start with the bottom right because it's like a little blurry on the top. San Bernardino got the win 5-0. Ingram with the win, Mac with the loss. Ingram is your player of the game. San Bernardino, nice win towards the end of the season here. And Dillo's Hepcats. Dillo's get the win. Hepcats fall to 48-48, so an upset on paper. Lewis with the win, Dion with the loss, and Thomas with the save. And your player of the game is, I don't know why my screen is not loading now.
Oh, which game was it?
bottom of the left. So Dressel is your player of the game for Amarillo, and for whatever reason, the top left's blurry for me. So if you could take
Sure, absolutely.
Swifties.
Swifties beating the Kingpins a score of 6-3. Baldelli getting the win. Robert the loss. Jader the save, and McCollum is your player of the game. And now we pull up the standings.
There we go. Just had to back out of the stream, come back in. We're good.
And
Wow.
magic number for the Hepcats is 2, and for the Kingpins is 4. Dynamo's 1 back, and Wheeler's still holding on at 2 back. So still very close here.
Notice that Mounties are the only eliminated team from playoffs in the whole minor league. So,
right,
7 teams looking to take 4 spots, getting kind of crazy here at the end of the season. Who's going to take that spot? Who's going to earn it? Kingpin's trying to earn it, taking down earlier tonight the Swifties, getting some clutch wins. So,
all right, and that takes us now to the majors, and no majors games. Okay, so we are done with the featured matchups that we had normally scheduled. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days of quick sims. So I figure, let me look at our time here. It's 6:40 now. If we go to 2.5 hours, we could probably squeeze in maybe one more game.
That was the last minors game?
Yeah, that was the last featured one.
Okay.
So if you want to do, we can do one more game, I think, and that will put us at 6 feature games for the night. And we're going to go day by day with the quick sims and take a look at the standings. And when we see one that comes down to the wire, that's the one we're going to watch. So
okay. Minors only, right?
No, we can do majors too. We've done all 5 we were scheduled to do for major or minors. So if there is a majors game like Boise or Vancouver or something, we can cover that as well. So we're going to go ahead.
So yeah. So we have how many days of quick sims? It's going to be a lot.
We have 6 days of quick sims, but there's only 2 days that are quick sim all. So it's either minors or majors, with 2 of them being minors and majors. So
awesome. We're
going to start here with the majors in this one, and game number 1, the Supernovas beating the Apex, a score of 2-1, winning in 11 innings. Pozo the win, Pleasance the loss, and player of the game is Buster Nutt. And a crucial game here for the Raptors, and the Raptors beating the Nashville Stars, the score of 2-0, a 3-hit shutout. Bill Bisquick getting the win, Blue Line the loss, and Bisquick is your player of the game. And moving into the standings now, let's take a look. Raptors with only 1 game left to clinch here for the 6th spot. Vandals now 6 back. Let's see here, 1.5 and 2 games here for the Stars and the Voyagers. So there's still a toss-up here for the 4th and 5th seed as well. Either way, both teams will be playing each other, but one will get the home field advantage and the other one will not. So we'll go ahead and move over here to just to check, make sure there are no minors games, and there are not. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next sim day. And let's take a look here. Only majors games. And do we have Voyagers playing Nashville? No. And we do not have we do have Vandals versus Crabs and Boise versus Nashville. So I would say here, if we were going to do a game for the majors, that would probably be it. But since this is a minor-centric stream, and we do still have a few games left in the minors, and that one is important as well, what do you think? You want to hold off and do a minors for our last featured one? It's up to you.
I think the minors are a much closer race. Yeah, like Eldorian saying in the chat, minors is obviously Boise has a lot of chances to just win 1 game. So I wouldn't necessarily say that Boise is the most important. I think you got some minors games that are definitely way more important for playoff implications. Since the magic number for the last playoff spot is 1 for Boise, and there's how many games left? Like 4 or 5?
Yeah, no, 6. 6 more.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So as we get closer to the end, if you want to keep going a little bit,
sure.
if Boise's still trying to get that last spot, sure. But Yeah, like Beef said, this is about to end in a couple of games. So
All right, well, here we go. I'm going to let you cover these ones for today, and we're going to start off with your Vandals. Down at the bottom here.
And the Vandals get the win, so moving that magic number down to 5. See what Boise does. But Digger Jr. in relief gets the win. Buckley with the loss. Colby Kidd with the save, 14th on the year, towards the top of the league with that stat. But Reeves is your player of the game from the losing team, the third baseman, Marcus Lieben Reeves. So, yeah, just holding on to ever dear hope. And let's see if Boise clinches.
And here we go. Boise and Nashville.
A lot of chances, though. I mean, yep. So still got a lot of chances, but you just got to win one. So Nashville gets the win. McConnell with the win in relief. Paul with the loss in relief. And Taylor Johnson, TJ, your player of the game from Nashville. So Nashville trying to do Vancouver solid. Don't know how long that's going to last. But Cancun, maybe World Series preview, gets the win on the road. Jax hits 2 bombs is the headline. Pearson gets the winner. Daring with a rare loss. Handle the 4th with a save. And Carter, player of the game. So we'll go down now. Voyagers getting the win at home, expected, obviously. Fairborn with the win. Vassallo with the loss. O'Sullivan with the save. Fairborn's your player of the game. And Rougarous get the win 9-4. McDougal with the win. Ricky Vaughn with the loss. Beauregard is your player of the game. KC15's player. Oh, we're checking for Bauer if he got a ribby. And he did. Congrats to Anthony Bauer. Thank you for asking to check that chat. Always clutch here on stream night. You guys are like our director, conductor. We are just the orchestra. So thank you. Wow, congrats to Anthony Bauer on achieving greatness here. Now owns 3 of the top 4 best seasons as an RBI hitter. So yes, drug tests coming down from head office. We'll be talking, meeting Monday morning, 9 a.m. So in my office. But Sarasota gets the win in 11, 4-3. Chambers with the win. Lagoose with the loss. Champ McQuack, player of the game, former Vandal. Love to see that. Congrats. DVS at home, OBX. And they get the win, scoring 3 in the 8th and just kept that lead going. Styles with the win. Kiddo with the loss. Collins gets the save. Harry Styles is your player of the game. And yeah, just absolute chaos here. Minor league night. The rare minor league night where we're trying to figure out who's going to make the playoffs, who isn't, who gets to go golf, and who gets to play more baseball. The battle of 2 sports here. But yeah, Boise, like I said, plenty of chances, still riding that magic number of 1 for the rest of the night. So obviously keeping a heavy eye on that, and we'll check the minor league race as well. Always keeping our eye on that because it is Thursday.
Absolutely. And today was the 23rd, and that leaves us with 1 quick sim for PBE only. So just to pull back up the scores here and just to confirm that is correct, and we will move on. And here we go. Since we did yours first, we're going to do mine now. And drum roll for the Boise Raptors versus the Nashville Stars.
On the road.
Stars win this one. Score of 2-1. Cletus McFloridaman getting the win. Lucas Salas. Player of the game is Colton Kai. And that takes us now to the deciding game for Vancouver. Vancouver and the Crabs. Here we go. And the Vandals win, staying alive. The score of 4-2. Colby Kidd the win. Turner the loss. Mostyn the save. Player of the game is Austin Bentley. Congratulations, Mr. Austin Bentley. And let's take a look at the other playoff implication games here. We had the Stars. Where are the Stars at? We already did the Stars. How about Voyagers? Voyagers and the Foxes. Voyagers beating the Foxes 11-3. Choate the win. Tsukaroon the loss. Harry Grand Foreskin, player of the game. Apex and the Supernovas. Supernovas beating Apex 7-2. Torkelton win. Dangley loss, and Taters is your player of the game. Next game, the Demons and the Rougarous. Rougarous win this one 6-0, 6-hit shutout. Nakamura the win, Galvin the loss, and Nakamura is your player of the game. And now the Aviators and the Scorpions. Scorpions win 8-5. Barker the win, Ben Caden the loss, Leon the save. Player of the game is James Love. In our final game, Toros again beating the Sloss.
Wow.
Revizium the win, Rose the loss, Bartello Pizza the save, and Tentacion is your player of the game. So we're going to go back over here and take a look at the standings again. And only 1/2 game back now. Voyagers from the Stars. Stars move up. Stars now have the 4 seed. Voyagers move down to the 5th seed. And 4 games back from the Raptors. In the 6th seed are the Vandals. So we're going to go back over here and pull back up the scores. No minor leagues. Looking at my schedule, the 25th is a quick sim all. So quick sim all on this one. We're going to go ahead and move forward. And only 2 games.
Chaos, man.
Oh boy, and here we go. Raptors versus the Stars, and I'm going to let Hummus God grab this one.
Lemieux and Barack Obama, 2 of my probably closest friends in this league, dueling for Vancouver's final hopes. Obama, can you really be the GOAT that we all think you are? 15-6, 2.54 ERA, and the Raptors get that last playoff spot, that clutch win. Didn't even looks like they Obama pick up the loss. Lemieux having probably one of the most important games of their career as a pitcher. Lucas with the save. Lemieux is your player of the game. Nice job. Got a couple former Vandals over there rooting for you guys in the playoffs. For you guys specifically, Supernovas get the win 8-1. Apex fall to 71 losses now. So the top of the draft looking interesting. The Kashima looks like they clinched first pick, but second and third looking up for grabs. And yeah, congrats to Boise against Obama. So definitely earned it.
There it is. 4.5 games back was the final tally on this one. Looking at our seeds for the draft, Apex still 2 games back from the Supernovas, and the Crabs are a game back from that. So still pretty tight here as far as who's going to get the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th pick in the first round.
First time in my career I will not be a Final Four player. Made the Final Four every single season. So
oh man,
it was a nice streak. Shout out to Boise making the correct moves. Vancouver almost got it, had a lot of turnover, but ultimately Boise takes that final spot. So now it's minors night. We get to focus on minor league Thursday, where we want to be. That final spot looks like 3 teams still in contention for it. We'll do a quick check just to remind ourselves. So actually 7 teams as it was before. So Dillo's with the least chance here. Kingpin's got to win 4 games and they take that final spot. So definitely the more interesting race here as we close out the night. Probably going to catch one of these games before the night ends.
And let me take a look at the schedule on that just to be sure here. We are at the 25th, and there is a quick sim all on the 28th. So we have 2 minors games, and then an off day, and then another minors game. And then the final 100th game will be played on Saturday as a quick sim for the prime times for majors. So it might come down to the wire here. We might not find out till Saturday how this goes. But if Kingpins can get 2 over the Dynamos for tonight, they'll be able to clinch it before the stream is over. But fingers crossed for Dynamos here. We're going to go ahead and grab these ones, and we're going to start off with the Kingpins and the Dynamos. The final matchup of the season is a 4-game series versus Kingpins and Dynamos. And here we go. Dallas Dynamos, Chicago Kingpins. And your winner is Dynamos beating the Kingpins a score of 9-3. And that ties them up now. 46-51 for both teams. That brings it down to 3 games to go with a tie. Herbie Farnworth getting the win. Gonzalez the loss. Casey the save. Kirby Farnworth is your player of the game. Game number 2, the Swifties and the Mounties. The Swifties just continue their domination of the minor leagues here with the score of 3-2 over the Mounties. You need to calm down getting the win. Greer the loss, Rodriguez Jr. the save, and you need to calm down is your player of the game. Game number 3, 66ers and the Dillos. 66ers win, a score of 7-4. Shu the win, Sims the loss, and Theeks is your player of the game. And finally, the other game that really matters here, the Hepcats and the Wheelers. Wheelers 4 back. They desperately need a win here, and they get it. Wheelers hanging on for dear life here with a score of 6-5. Bottom of the 10th inning with the walk-off. Misawa the win, Richard the loss, and Rollers is your player of the game. So we're going to go back over here to standings and take a look. And look at that. 2 teams tied. The next team 1 back. Oh my goodness. This could go to a 3-way tie here to finish off the season. Wow. Wow. Okay. So moving on. Looking at my schedule. We are on the 25th. The 26th is a minor league sim only.
Nice. Just what the doctor ordered.
And we're going to advance a day. And let me just do a file save. I have not done a save in a while just to make sure we don't lose anything here. There we go. And we're going to let Hummus God take this one. And here we go. Game number 1. Kingpins, Dynamos, tied up. 3 games to go.
It's the same record. And the Kingpins get the win. We got a bunch of Kingpins fans in the chat. Home run by Ruiz, Chungus, both hitting bombs for Chicago. Dallas got got 3 bombs. Pluto, Avon, Parmalee, Esquides with the win, Johnson with the loss, Hammer with the save, Roach, player of the game. So Kingpins taking control here. And here we go. And the Hepcats crawling up even higher. Get the win 3-2. Dogwood Maple is your winner. George III is your loser. The save is by LaRue, and Thrallers is your player of the game. So Dilla's still alive when we check the standings, but we'll go Kingston Mounties, Swifties first. Pump faking on you. Swifties insurance wins, really solidifying their dominance this season, looking to carry that into the playoffs. Tam with the win, Mazarowski with the loss, Jader with 20th save. To Casey Tams, your player of the game. So nice win for my Swifties. Looking to do something here. 66ers, though, have something to say about that. Get the win as well. 14-8 on hits, 5-4 win. Bones with the win. Smith with the loss. Shu with the save. Daly is your player of the game.
And that's going to finish us off here for the 26th of October. Looking at the schedule now it is just a PBE quick sim. So we're going to go ahead and fast forward a day. Off day for the miners. And see if there are any implication games here in this one still. There's a tie here with the Stars and the Voyagers. So
home field advantage.
For home field advantage for that first round wildcard game. So we're going to go ahead and pull those 2 games up first and take a look at them. And let's see here. Voyagers versus the Apex. And Voyagers win. The score of 11-2 over the Apex. Joey Slothface the win. Cal Otter the loss. Theodore Crunkleton is your player of the game. And the other one here, the Stars and the Foxes. And the Stars win as well. So we're going to come down here to the wire to see who gets home field advantage for that first matchup. Blue Line the win. Varga the loss. Cletus McFloridaman the save. Blue Line is your player of the game. Scorpions Raptors. And Raptors beating the Scorpions here. Score of 11-2. Wow. Bisquick the win. Green the loss. Bill Bisquick is your player of the game. Toros and the Crabs. Toros beating the Crabs. Score of 8-2. Carsey the win. Insider the loss. Carsey is your player of the game. Rougarous and the Supernovas. Supernovas win. 3-2. Von Adler the win. Tato the loss. Buster Nutt is your player of the game. And that is going to finish us out for today's matches. And let me just switch over here to minors, make sure I was correct on that. I was, and that moves us now to the 28th, our final sim day. And I bet you guys know who we're going to be watching.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll check the standings real quick before we hop in this day, though. We didn't check after the last day. Every day matters here. So Dillos, unfortunately, you do not receive a rose. You do not advance to the playoffs. But that final rose, Kingpins with that final spot. Dallas only down a game. Anchorage down 2 games, not eliminated yet. So don't close the book on the Anchorage Wheelers season, but the Kingpins just need to win 2 games. So if they win their next 2, they're in automatically. Definitely want to check out Kingpins Dynamos. Looks like they're playing.
Yep, they are. But before we do that one though, we're going to do the Wheelers game, so we get even more drama here to see if the Wheelers get the win here. A crucial win they need to be able to stay in the hunt. And here we go, Wheelers Hepcats. And Wheelers win. Score 15-3 over the Hepcats. Rogers, the win. Cyrek, the loss. Joe Burrow is your player of the game. Now if we move up here back to the standings, yeah, that puts Wheelers at 1.5 back. So very close, very close. And since we are only going to watch this game, we're going to go ahead and quick sim these last other 2. And we have the 66ers and the Dillos. 66ers win. Score of 4-0, 5-hit shutout. Kyle Bellinger Jr. the win. Morgan the loss. Zake the save. And Bellinger Jr. is your player of the game. And finally, the Mounties and the Swifties. Swifties beating the Mounties 5-4. Plumber the win. Guy the loss. Jader the save. Drostoff is your player of the game. And I'm going to do a file save here. There we go. And here we go. Final matchup of the night. Dallas Dynamos 46-52.
Wait, but it's the magic number's 2 for Chicago, correct?
Yes, 2 for Chicago.
So we do have because this game doesn't decide the spot totally, right?
If Chicago wins, then they'll push Dynamos back a game as well. So the Chicago wins here, they're going to clinch. But if Dynamos win, then it goes to the Saturday game during the prime times.
So this would clinch it because but Anchorage is still alive. So even if
that's true,
Chicago wins,
that's true. Then it would be two teams a game back and Chicago a game ahead.
Okay.
So both three teams still in the hunt. If Chicago loses tonight, Chicago wins, it's over. Chicago's in. If Chicago loses, Dynamos could win, Wheelers could win, or Kingpins could win. So this is the last crucial matchup here. Let's go ahead and take a look at our stats. Colin Lassie is going to be pitching for Dallas, 2-9 with an 8.88 ERA versus Ivy Leaf, 4-9 with a 5.03 ERA.
Wait, can we check the standings real quick before we start the game?
Sure.
Everyone's saying Anchorage is officially eliminated. I mean, technically they're not because Dallas and Chicago are playing each other.
Still shows them in.
Because if Dallas wins, Anchorage is still alive, correct?
Yeah.
Because that puts Chicago down. Okay.
Yeah.
So Anchorage fans, alum, current players are also current Dallas Dynamos fans. So here we go.
Yep. And Schoolboy Shoes correct about
the next 2, right?
Next two to move on. All right. And here we go. Final game of the night. Dallas has 2 batters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Chicago and 2 ties. Dallas has the advantage in pitching. So pretty even matchup here. We're going to take a look, and Vincent Avon is going to be our first batter. Avon. This is hit deep to center field. That is caught near the warning track. Out number 1. Johnny Tsunami now. Tsunami to the second baseman. Almost beats out the throw, but gets thrown out. Out number 2. Sean Spencer. Spencer, foul territory, left side, caught by the catcher. 1-2-3 inning. Chicago's up now. And a tapper to the pitcher. Is he going to make the play in time? No! Runner beats out the throw, and that's a leadoff single. This one to the shortstop. They get one, but they do not try for two. Runner first, one out. And this looks like it's in the gap on the left side, and that is out of here. Chicago getting the 2-run blast, 445 feet.
Out
that
of
puts
the
Chicago
park.
ahead now, 2-0.
Wow.
Dynamos in the game of their lives here, trying to hold on.
I guess you could take away the out-of-town scoreboard, but it can also stay. It's just blocking things that are unimportant anyway.
This one is hit towards the shortstop, and that is out number one. There we are,
Nice.
and Vincente Fox, and that one's a bobble by the pitcher.
Fumble bumble.
Keeping Dallas alive.
And we'll get a walk here from Dustin Parmalee, and they'll bring up Matthew Edwards. 2 on, 1 out. Matthew Edwards towards the left side, and that is caught the warning track, out number 2. Leo Bloomfield. Leo, infield flyout, and that'll do it. 2 runners retired. And bottom of the second, here we go. Chicago up by 2. Leadoff walk here for hot hitter Chungus. That'll bring up Itch. Itch striking out. Frank down the right field line. That's a base hit. Chungus thought about going to third, but thought better of it. Parker Beauchamp. And that's a fly out to the shortstop. Out number 2. 2 on, 2 out. Top of the order. Line drive to the left fielder, and that is caught. 2 runners stranded. We move now to the top of the third. Chicago up by 2.
Here we go. Dallas looking to stay alive this season. Drake strikeout. LBG seeing some major league success. Back in the playoffs again. King, I don't think you've missed the playoffs in your career.
Nope.
That's a fly out. So Johnny Tsunami, Sim taketh away. They gave you a playoff spot in the majors. Dallas struggling here. Down 2, back to Chicago looking to add to their lead. That's in left field. That's a base hit. Ruiz, grounder. They turn 1. Oh, and they can't turn 2, so 1 out for Lee. That's a walk. So a couple base runners. Colin Lassie trying to settle in. And that's in center field. That's a line out. 2 outs. Can Lassie get out of here? Lassie, that's a pop fly. Shortstop in the grass, makes the grab. Dallas, can you keep your season up and alive here? That's a ground out. Here we go. It all comes down to this. You play a full season to play 1 game. That's a ground out. So Fox. And that's a strikeout. Ivy Leaf. Dren Tarbington's new create. And Itch. Chicago just dominating here early in this game. And that's in left field. It's a line out for Frank. So Beecham. And it's a line out to the third baseman. So Zach Mouse. Coach EM. That's high. And that's deep, but right fielder's there. And that was Edwards making the grab. So Dallas, Parmalee, Edwards, Bloomfield. Strikeout. Edwards. Strikeout. Ivy Leaf having a night. And that's in right field, blooping in front of the right fielder. Bloomfield with a 2-out single. Can Drake do something? Nope. Ivy Leaf putting their stamp on this game. Roach. And that's a line out. Can Colin Lassie keep the dream alive here? That's a walk. Keith Lee now with 1 out. Grounder. Shortstop. They can't turn 2. So Bacone looking to bring that runner across. And they'll move the runner. Bacone base hit, getting 2 bags out of it. And runners on second and third now for Big Chungus. Big moments. We talked about this. And that's a pop fly. Third baseman makes the grab. Top of the order, Dallas. Only down 2. No damage done that half inning. Avon with the fly ball. And that's a fly out. Johnny Tsunami. Can we catch waves? And that's a single, a base hit. So your boy Johnny Tsunami looking to steal, and they do. Oh, the bumble.
Fumble bumble.
Wow. On to third goes Tsunami. And and they
Hit him.
got beaned. Spencer got hit on the shoulder, Pluto. And that will bring home a run. So it's 2-1 here. Dallas looking to come back in this game with some teamwork and the base runner. And
They got him.
They got him. Clip that, Frank. And that's a fly out. Clutch defense by Chicago. 2-1 game now. Itch with the fly ball. Wow. We got a crazy one here to end the season, folks. One of these two teams are going to make that final spot. And that's a fly out for Frank. The story's not over yet, though. Chicago has a lead, but if you know about Minor League Thursday, you know, and that's the third out, Joe Simile, you know that this game's far from over. So here we go. Parmalee, top of the seventh, and infield single. So Edwards, and that's a strikeout. Ivy Leaf still in the game, still grinding for their team. That's one out. They only get the one out, so Drake, and that's a grounder. Oh, and they get the out. So Dallas offense sleeping here, trying to keep their season alive. Chicago bats looking to add to their lead. And the third baseman can't make the grab. Zach Mouse, Haseo, the leadoff single, and another base hit. Roach will move the runner. Runner's safe. Oh, runner's safe. So Julio Ruiz looking to end it for Dallas. And
what the?
Infield single, and they score the run. Aaron, just an infield single, just good offense, beating out decent defense, and that's a grounder. And that's the first out of the inning, but another run comes across for Chicago, up 4-1 now. Looking to end Dallas' season, not drop the gavel and say, go home. And that's another out. And that's a strikeout. So here we go, Dallas. You got something left in you? Top of the eighth. Here you go, LBG.
And this looks like a fly out to left field, out number 1 for Vincent Avon. Johnny Tsunami. Johnny will take a walk here. Johnny gonna go for it. No, Spencer getting struck out. Johnny Pluto. Pluto towards the left side. And that is over the fence. 398 feet, and the score is now 4-3.
Out of the park.
Dallas trying to keep alive here. Wow. Vicente Fox. Vicente to the gap in center, and Vicente is getting on.
Oh my goodness.
And the go-ahead run coming up to the plate, and Parmalee. Parmalee takes a walk. Still 2 outs, 2 on. Edwards. Edwards to the third baseman. Makes the throw to first, and it's in time. Leaving 2 runners stranded. Last chance coming up for the Dynamos in the top of the 9th, but Chicago, bottom of the 8th, can they pad their lead here? That's out number 1 from the shortstop. And we're going to walk. Towering shot towards right field, going towards the warning track, makes the catch. 2 outs, runner on first. This one hit to the third baseman. I don't think he's going to get the playing time. He did.
They got him.
Retired the side, and here we go. Last chance for the Dynamos. Bloomfield,
Season
Drake,
on
and
the line.
Avon. Bloomfield, towering shot towards right field, going towards the wall, and he makes the play. Drake hitting towards the second baseman. Last chance here, Vincent Avon. Hitting .338 this season. Vincent hitting to the shortstop, throws across, and that's going to do it as Chicago Kingpins are going to advance to the postseason, beating the Dynamos. The score here of 4-3. 9 hits to 6, 2 errors for the Kingpins, but they were still able to hold on and take the win. Looking at Dallas batting here, Johnny Pluto with the run, 2 hits and 3 RBIs. For Chicago, run and 2 hits and 3 RBIs for Ruiz. Dallas pitching, Colin Lassie takes their 10th loss of the season. Chicago Leaf their 5th win. Hammer their 3rd save, and Ivy Leaf is your player of the game. Leaf, 7.1 innings pitched, no earned runs, 6 strikeouts, 100 pitches. So we will move now to the standings and take a look here. And yes, now the only thing coming down for the minors here is who's going to get the 5th and 6th seed to finish out the season for draft privileges. But congratulations again to the Kingpins for making the playoffs.
Sim, take it away. Boise clinches
sure
early, but Dallas can't sneak in. So, my Swifties, though.
Well, it was nice holding it off till
town.
99th game of the season. That was pretty dramatic. I enjoyed that, even though we took the loss. The Dynamos had a really good shot all season long and just barely came up short. So we're going to give it another try next season, see how we do. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at the standings again for the major leagues before we upload here. And there are 2 more majors games for Saturday, the primetime day, and then there's a quick sim day after that. So there is still a shot here for the Stars to be able to overtake the Voyagers and get that 4th spot. But again, it's right now it is the Crabs, the Toros, the Scorpions, the Sloths, the Voyagers, the Stars, and the Raptors have all made it into the postseason. So congratulations to all 6 of those teams getting into the PBE postseason. I'm going to go ahead and do a save game here before I upload. And we'll check my settings. Top 2 rows checked, all those checked. First and third rows. That is good. These are checked, that is checked. And did not have any finish up. We got all those. All these. Okay. Wow.
What a night. Boise wheeling and dealing all season, compiling a roster that, can definitely do some damage in the playoffs here. Yeah.
So it's looking like now it's going to be the Swifties at home versus the Kingpins, and the 66ers at home versus the Hepcats. So those are both 2 pretty crazy series, especially with Chicago winning some games earlier tonight against the Swifties. It could go either way on that one. Swifties' dramatic advantage now. I think they were up to like 65 games won so far. So, for sure the top team in the league. Drozdoff and Dinkle, Danny B, Haka Haka in their lineup. Pretty fearsome first 4 batters there for the Swifties. 2 of them, potential MVP choices in Dinkle and in Drozdoff. So, Chicago has their work cut out for them. And the 66ers, right now look like they're going to be doing pretty well against the Hepcats as well. 66ers have done really well in the pitching department, and not so bad in the batting either. So Hepcats, we'll see if Enoch makes any drastic changes to their settings before the matches next Tuesday. But now that is over, not much for any of the teams to do for Saturday other than just sit it out and wait to see how things go for the Tuesday matchups. As far as the majors go, it's going to be the Scorpions versus Nashville or the Voyagers, and the Toros versus who was it? The Raptors or the Sloths. Raptors or the Sloths. So, wow. What do you think so far?
Man, this is going to be a fun playoffs. Slots, they keep telling me the window's open. This is one of those seasons, they said 2020, season 21, excuse me, is one of those seasons the window's open, but you got teams making a lot of moves, Stars obviously in the offseason, shoring up that rotation, that staff, pitching staff, with that strong defense, and Boise just getting veterans to come on to the scene, adding to what they had. Lost Brunson, gained King. So yeah, just a lot of, and Brunson's on Nashville. One of those teams who just made a lot of moves. So those top two teams staying a little dormant throughout the season. The two dominant teams coming in. Everyone else is just kind of scrambling, trying to make a run for this one. So the majors got a lot of storylines going into the playoffs this season.
Fumble
So excited
bumble.
for that. And the minors, wow, Chicago getting those clutch wins, like you said. State College had the season locked up. Maybe just was relaxing a bit, and Chicago had their season on the line. So maybe it's just different types of motivation. State College is trying to rest up for the playoffs. Locking in that first seed. Chicago, though, getting those wins in that series allowed them to make the playoffs tonight. That was the difference, right?
Absolutely. And while this is going, I want to pull up the index from the league here. We're going to take a look at those matchups so far. And let's see here. I'm pulling up the minors first, and we're going to look at the team versus team. And this doesn't include tonight's matchups or the last game on Saturday. But so far this season, the Kingpins.
Well, we're not seeing it on the. Oh, you're seeing it on the stream, but I
Yeah,
can't see it. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
But
Here we go. Oh, there we go. Sorry.
no problem. So the Kingpins right now, before tonight's matchups, were 4-11 versus the Swifties. So the Swifties, a big advantage there on that one. And as far as the other matchup, we had the Hepcats and 66ers. The 66ers right now, before tonight, were 11-8 versus the Hepcats. So 66ers do have an advantage, not as big an advantage as the Swifties do over Chicago, but still a pretty big, at least a few games difference there between the two teams. Now we're going to pull up the majors ones and take a look at the team versus team on this one. And again, this is discluding tonight's matchups. This is just from yesterday and before. But if we look at the Boise Raptors, since they will be having to play the Sloss here, they are 3-8 versus the Sloss. So that's going to be a very tough matchup there for the Raptors. They do have a few wins there, so it is possible to steal a couple games, hopefully. But we'll have to see about that one. Also, we have the Nashville versus New York. And Nashville versus New York. Nashville holds a 4-2 lead so far in the season, head-to-head in that one. So Nashville, 2-1 advantage there. They look to be the favorite coming out of that wild card matchup. So if we were to look at Nashville and the Sloss versus Death Valley, let's see here. Death Valley would play Nashville if they won, and that is a 7-4 record with Death Valley over Nashville. And if we pull up the Sloss here, let's see here. And the Sloss and the Toros, and the Sloss are 1-3 versus the Toros. So it looks like here, if we were to go just by the season records, Toros would probably end up winning that matchup. And so now if we go up here and look at the Scorpions versus the Toros, that one is tied 2-2. So, if we were to go just by the percentages, it looked like it would probably be Toros and the Scorpions, and that would be a heads up to see who would win that one.
Yeah. Toros, Bauer broke the record, right? Yeah, got that 124th ribby. Congrats to Bauer for breaking the record. Cancun and DVS looking like two really strong teams. Top three, though, all really tight. But we've seen the sixth sixth playoff spot and win a World Series. Cancun winning. So I feel like once playoff starts, we can have anything occur. It's not it's not really who's the best team, it's who's the best team going into it, just at the end of the season, who can grind out these last wins necessary to win a World Series. And like I said, slots window, they keep talking about it opening. Boise trying to do it all this season. Nashville, again, also trying to go all in. DVS looking to go back to back to add to their lead in league history for most championships. So, DVS the obvious favorite going in. Just looking to no hangover after last season. Sometimes you see that. Did not face that this year, and so yeah, just looking forward to fun playoffs, majors and minors. Minor Swifties, we haven't won since I joined the league, and I joined season 13. It's been the 8th season I've been here, and so looking to finally, as an alum, celebrate a victory in the World Series for the #1 seed. Last time we were #1 seed, I was on the team. It was season 13. So thank you, Beavs, for bouncing it all the way back around to top of the league like we were back then. So yeah, it's going to be a fun one. 66ers going for 4 straight World Series losses because it will be against the Swifties. The Bill, if they do lose this in the World Series, they will match the Buffalo Bills for 4 straight championship losses. So you would be accurately able to say they are the Bills of PBE, of minor league PBE. Excuse me. So
you're going to be doing a beat the commish for the playoffs?
Great question. I guess maybe for playoff predictions, we could do something like that. It's better suited because you have the 12 set matchups in the regular season. You don't really have 12 set matchups in the playoffs.
That's true.
You don't know if someone's going to win early, and then you're like, okay, well, you have to scrap games, and it's more of a regular season. It's a way for us to get through it. Some teams have different visions, right? Some teams are looking to win in 3 seasons. Some are trying to win now. So I figured it'd be something fun for users to do throughout the season to have a stake in the game. Speaking of which, we're supposed to raffle off 3 tonight. So that's a perfect way to end the night. Thank you for reminding me. Almost forgot. Going to pull up the sheet. I'll send you the link, my friend LBG.
All right.
So pulling up Paz. Thank you, Paz, for running it this year. We are giving away $3 million tonight. $1 million for each of 3 winners, randomized. And winners are people who aren't me, because I won the first 2 weeks. Week 3 was actually won by the league. Took my first loss. So congrats to you guys. And I'm pulling up his media now. And going to send you that link on Google.
Sure.
To Legally Blind Gamer. You'll be able to see who those people are and the numbers attached to them. So
should I pull up a random number generator or something?
Yeah, I was going to ask if you could do that. Thank you for reminding me. Great idea. Better to do it on stream than anywhere else. Here on Minor League Thursday. Looks like LBG's pulling it up.
And let's see here. So we start at number 4.
Yep.
4 going down to 60.
No, you want to click week 3 on the sheet.
Oh, week 3. Oh, you're right.
Yeah, you're fine.
So 4 to 22. That would be 18. And so let's see here. Can we do 4 to 22?
Out of the park.
And here we go. Our first winner.
Here we go. Thank you for those 18 of you for joining. Outpick this week. Definitely a big drop off, but you're benefiting.
And that is going to be Taco Shop.
Congrats, Taco Shop, Cell 15. Congratulations. Didn't even get a 500 record, but did actually beat my individual record this week. Definitely well deserved. Congrats, Taco Shop.
All right, and that'll take us now for winner number 2, and winner number 2 is going to be 11. And 11 is Tristan.
Tristan Lung from the Scorpions. Congrats, Tristan and Taco Shop. Thank you for pitching in this week and beating my butt.
And the final one, here we go. Winner number 3 for the raffle is going to be 16. And 16 is Shower.
Wow, congrats, Shower, Taco Shop, and X-Try. All had records better than me. Actually, only one person had a worse record than me. It was 3 losers. But congrats to those 3, X-Try, Taco Shop, and Shower. Your first ever Outpick the Commish $1 million winners. So a little boost in your bank account. A nice little gift for playing the game. So Tristan wasn't paying attention. You won $1 million. It will be deposited probably tomorrow. I'm going to do the job payout. So congrats to you 3. Well deserved. And week 4, we'll find out. Paz is working his magic, gonna sort that out for us to see if I can finish the season 3-1, or if the league will split with me 2-2. So thank you for everyone who's played. Looks like there was a big drop off, but the ones who stayed loyal, you benefited. Congrats to you 3. Easy million. It took you probably about 60 seconds or less to put those picks in. So appreciate that. We're going to keep that going every season, but it's up to me to really do my job and let myself down. Excuse me. Didn't let anybody down this week. I only let myself down. So hoping this week, I wasn't feeling good. I told Paz, I'm like, I'm not feeling good about this week, but OTP has come in clutch for me twice already. So looking to get that 3rd.
Nice. So let's talk about another thing here. This is the start of the 4th year of the PBE. Week number 157. That is crazy. Fourth year now. That's very impressive. A lot of the other leagues out there younger than us. I think ISFL is the only one that I can think of offhand that is older than us. But 4 years now of the PBE, still going strong. 22 teams in the league. Very proud of the way that we've been able to expand and add new teams, a bunch of new players. Very nice steady stream of draft classes for each and every season. So I'm really looking forward to see how the next year goes for us.
Yeah, you've been a part of it longer than I have, so appreciate the work you've done for this league, LBG. And a lot of the work you've done since you've joined has been very much behind the scenes. Being your teammate, I was able to witness a lot of that. A lot of people to thank to get to this point. Obviously, Madge was really happy to see the stats he was running recently. We are at by far the most league activity on JSync of all time.
Nice.
Growing at a very steady but pretty steep rate. Looking to expand that. Recruitment is coming up. I got my little brother to join, working on his rookie tasks. If everyone can get that one person for recruitment this time for the minor league draft, we can really, take this to a whole nother level. I know minor league GMs would be thrilled. I know major league GMs would also be thrilled to have a big class. This season was weird because I think you pointed out that first day of recruitment last season was pretty low. We talked about it on the podcast on Sunday. Was one of our lowest recruitment day new creates we've ever had. So we took this season seriously with the waiver claims and had a lot of waiver claims for you minor league GMs. People started trickling in, started just grinding on Reddit, seeing what could work, what can't work. You got to think of new things. We've pretty much tried to exhaust a lot of what we've been able to exhaust. Don't have a relationship with our MLB or our baseball. Something we would like to turn around at some point to get some love from there. That's probably should be one of my goals, is to have a relationship with our baseball and our MLB. For whatever reason, they haven't responded to any of our messages in years. So we are, just staying hopeful, doing our best to shine a good light to the rest of the world. And so to hopefully get our due with the main subreddit of our sport, the fact that we can get to this point and not even have a relationship with the main subreddit for the sport, the only sim league that really struggles with that, um, really speaks volumes of the game we get to play, which has helped us with recruitment, our OOTP, and also just the people that have driven this league since its inception. So um, always going to tip my cap to everybody. This birthday post, I've been putting it off because that's one that's going to really mean a lot to me. It was kind of a no-brainer to figure out how are we going to do something special for third birthday, entering our 4 years. So 4 years of being in existence should be celebrated. So we talked about it, and someone had the idea of, hey, let's do a PT. Next thing we know, I'm like, yeah, that. I was like, yeah, that. We thought about it. Things were tossed around. What about doubling the activity check? But selfishly, I want to be able to scroll through. I actually started reading a lot of them. Thank you to everyone who's been putting them in. But it's pretty amazing to see people from all over the world coming together and all having a different take on what the league means to them. So should be a special PT. And yeah, have you written yours yet, LBG?
No, no, I'm going to do all my PTs tomorrow. I got my update in last night, but I still have all the written tests
Nice.
to do.
You got your prime time in?
Uh, Shoot, no, I don't have that one either. So I've got to get on the ball here and take care of that the next day or so. But it does look like that the index has finally updated as well. So we are officially done for the night. Again, Legally Blind Gamer and Hummus God, your host for the evening. Any final words before we sign off?
Of course, the news of Vandals missing the playoffs and Boise making the playoffs is the top stories. Love that write-up. Vandals last missed the playoffs 2028, 9 seasons ago. Only missed, this is the 7th time not in the playoffs. So the run ends. Boise, Nashville, New York, San Antonio are your wild card teams. So yeah, going to be great. Thank you everyone for joining us. Still got 36 viewers. If Person Man's here, we could look at a raid.
You gonna be able to join me for the Minor World Series next Thursday?
Yes, for sure.
Awesome.
FKN commission looks like they're live. We've been trying to raid a little bit, so gonna check that real quick to make sure they are. They run a kind of a GM league, a sim league where they do have some fictional aspects with. It's just a GM league, but he kind of runs it and talks about how the games are going, and it looks like they are live. So, oh hey FKN, oh yeah, we're definitely going to try to send viewers your way. You do run a cool league, a GM league using OOTP, our favorite video game. So the game of the night is tonight. Check that out. We'll raid you over there in a second. And thank you for joining us tonight, FKN. And thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Last regular season minor league night, World Series next week.
Absolutely. And you know the raid command and everything?
Yes. So raid, and then yeah, trying this out.
Let's go show them some love, everybody.
Let's see. Wait. Here we go. Okay, so then I just gotta put on somewhere. There we go. 9 viewers are ready. 12 viewers are ready. 22 viewers are ready. 28, 29. Thank you all. Let's have fun with FKM.
It still shows. There it goes.
There we go.